welcome to the 40th.
Yeah, we're here at the 40th annual. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 40th Metro Bowl finale day here at Varsity Stadium at the University of Toronto. Devin Gilmore with me on play-by-play with my partner in crime, Jesse Card. We'll go down to field level with Chris Lambert in just a few moments. Jesse, what an experience this has been for us, our second day here, and we got a great day of football lined up to wrap it all up.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. It's a beautiful November day. Sun's going to be shining, and even though it's 9 o'clock for these players, it's a bit of an early start to play. Once you get on the field, you get that oxygen in your lungs. It's game time. It's ready to go. They're going to be ready to go.
A beautiful day here, and we got the AA Toronto Bowl kicking things off between the Leaside Lancers and the Bishop Allen Cardinals. Let's check in with the third member of our team at field level, Chris Lambert.
Yep. You're going to me? Hello, folks, and welcome to the 40th annual, the final day of the 40th annual Metro Bowl. We're going to get things kicked off with the AA Toronto Bowl between the Leaside Lancers and the Bishop Allen Cardinals. It's going to be an electric matchup, two tough programs, two elite quarterbacks, and it's going to be a good one. We got Jesse and Devin on the call. It's going to be absolutely electric again here at Varsity Stadium for the final day of the 40th annual Metro Bowl. Let's go back up to Jesse and Devin now for more on the game.
Well, thanks, Chris. And yeah, we're excited up here in the booth as well. And this game actually presented by the Buffalo Bills, who have been great partners with Football Toronto, and obviously, they care about football in Toronto and the province of Ontario. And me, as a big Bills fan, Jesse, I like to hear that.
Oh yeah, this is pretty exciting for you too, seeing as how you're such a big Bills fan. I mean, they're coming off a big win, obviously, against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. They look like they're returning to the form that we expect them to be in, but it's really exciting to have a few of the players, ex-players that are coming up here to be a part of this Toronto football celebration. And, the 40th time, this is one of the oldest high school football championships in North America. So, I mean, we're part of history. There's a great legacy here. And I think the players, talking to them on the field before the game, they sense that. And that just makes it more of an important day for them. And, it's exciting having all the eyes on them.
Well, it's a beautiful facility. The drive up is beautiful. We are obviously here Thursday, so we know the lay of the land now. Jesse, you call us Toronto veterans. But yeah, we have a great day of football in store, folks. Obviously, we're kicking things off with the AA Toronto Bowl, the Leaside Lancers taking on the Bishop Allen Cardinals. Followed by that, we have a really cool all-star format, Jesse. We're going to have 4 teams taking each other on in various 25-minute games. We'll break that all down when we get there. And then obviously, the day is capped off by the 40th Metro Bowl between Chaminade and Robert F. Hall. So a 3-game slate for you here live on TYSN this morning, and we're kicking things off in a matter of moments for this first game.
Well, and it was a lot of fun because last week we were down here covering those teams, so we got a first look at them. We've seen some of the players, we've seen some of the plays that they're running. So I'm really looking forward to both these games. This is going to be an exciting day of football.
Couldn't agree more, Jesse. And talk a little bit about, what this means for a high school to make it this far. I mean, obviously we're talking to George Gredis, the board chair of Football Toronto, but, for these teams to make it this far, I think this is kind of the ultimate prize for these teams to represent at, this kind of event that's been historic and has been around for such a long time.
Yeah, I think after this game, there's a chance to play in a bowl game for OFSA, but really, when it comes down to it, this facility doesn't get any better. So, right. Even if they're having also at Guelph, I think U of T, it's hard to beat this, and you're amongst the skyline of the economic engine of Canada. Toronto is. It doesn't get any better, and I think as we get deeper into November, the weather could be worse. So, totally. This could be the day that they remember at the end of the season.
Definitely, and you see on your screen there, folks. Those are the 3 cups that are being played for today. I think in the middle there, that's your Metro Bowl trophy, and on the right and the left, those are the ones that we're going to get to see handed out first here. But obviously a great day of football, and we are just a few moments away. As you take a look at field level, we're going to listen to the national anthem, and these teams are rearing to go. So we'll be back in just a few short moments with the official kickoff.
Rise if you're able, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Captains for the coin toss.
All right, so the captains will meet at midfield for the coin toss, and what better time to look at these teams a little bit deeper. Starting on Leaside's side, they had an undefeated season this season, Jesse, en route to a second straight league title, and they are also defending AA Toronto Bowl champs. So they won this very game last season, and they have a new head coach as they're led by Matthew Morrison this season. Things stay the same for them. Ko Abe will lead the charge at quarterback. He'll also play defensive back for this team, and watch out for linebacker Luke McCartan. On the other side, the Bishop Allen Cardinals, they defeated St. Oscar Romero in their league championship game to advance. Their program was founded in 2014 by their current head coach Paul Massaro, and they were undefeated last year before losing in their championship game. So you know that they're excited to be here. They're led by their quarterback Anthony Story and their nose tackle Jesse Nicholas Seraphin. So we got a great matchup between these two clubs. A little bit more on Leaside's quarterback Ko Abe, Jesse. He actually recently committed to King University in Tennessee for baseball, and it's his first ever season playing quarterback. He's led his team to an undefeated season and to a championship game.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing him play and seeing how those baseball skills translate to the quarterback position. I think we're going to see a little bit of a home side arm action. So we'll see how this goes. But really exciting two teams to be watching.
Yeah, I think playing multiple sports is always going to help you, Jess. I mean, I encourage young kids, around the province listening to play as many sports as you can, because I think those attributes do translate no matter what sport you end up going with later on in your career.
Yeah, that's what that's kind of the known, and common buzz right now, is to say that and to encourage kids to play a lot of sports. I have heard the alternative, though. I've heard people talk about that's all well and good, but if you really want to be excelling to the top level of the sport, it's hard to not specialize these days.
Totally,
to get to that level. So there's a couple of schools of thought there, but certainly when you're in high school and you can play a couple different sports, I would encourage it as well.
For sure. And then on the other side, a really cool thing that I wanted to mention, and thank you to these two head coaches for providing such detail about their clubs, because I think it's awesome for us up here in the booth as we hear the Monday Night Football anthem get us going here at field level. For the Bishop Allen Cardinals, Jesse, actually their last two nose tackles, Ilya Penchenko and Nicholas Buryak, are both playing university ball currently as nose tackles. And then their nose tackle this year, Nicholas Seraphin, has similar potential. So I'd like to call the Bishop Allen Cardinals nose tackle you here today, Jesse.
Yeah, nose tackle factory. Well, let's keep an eye on that defensive line and see what kind of penetration they can get, how disruptive they can be in the backfield for this team. So that's interesting little tidbit.
And then another thing on Leaside before we jump into kickoff here, Matthew Morrison, who is their team's new head coach, comes in, leads his team to an undefeated season, but obviously this team won it all last year under former head coach Jim Georgiadis.
And he's the OC now.
Right. Which I thought was really cool. So he takes a step away as head coach, sticks around the program to probably deliver that familiarity. But how about the job Matthew Morrison has done, leading his team back to this game as Leaside looks to win back-to-back Toronto Bowl championships.
Yeah, this is, when you're playing a team that has won before, and especially like in high school, you've only got a few years, right? So it's not like they're carrying the same rosters for 5-6 years, like in university sometimes you can. So really, you've got kind of the team that won last year. You've got some of the seniors that have moved up, improved and gotten bigger and faster and stronger. It's always intimidating as the challenger team coming in, but you know what? It's going to be fun. These two teams deserve to be here, and I thought it was interesting. A lot of the teams that are in these games are actually, they're not undisputed, undefeated teams. There's a lot of teams that have lost a few games early in the season, kind of turned things around. So I think that always makes it more interesting for a final.
Well, I think Leaside's the only team we've seen in these last two championship events that has been undefeated. So let's see if we can see Leaside complete an undefeated season and win 2 in a row, or if the Bishop Allen Cardinals can stunt them. But here we go. We are ready for kickoff. Leaside will kick off to Bishop Allen to start this championship game. And the kick is away right to about midfield. The Cardinals catch it cleanly, looking to go right up the middle, breaks free, and is going to get right to center field. A nice return for Bishop Allen as they take over on offense. That was Dennis Shushleben on the return.
Yeah, nice little return too. I mean, you see he goes right up the middle, he finds the wedge, and pretty good timing on the kick return team to finding their blocks and giving them a little bit of a crease.
So this Bishop Allen Cardinal offense will take over with great starting field position right at midfield. They're going to be led at quarterback by number 16, Anthony Story, and a two-headed running back attack. And first play here is going to be a nice run up the middle as we take a look at our officials for this game, Jesse, led by head referee Vito Curali. Great job by these officials coming out here. This is a big accomplishment for them too, Jesse, getting to call a game in this magnitude.
Absolutely. I mean, when you get the call and you get to be a part of these big games, it's always exciting, and especially when you get beautiful weather. You know, traveling into this big city to call a good game. This is why they do what they do.
Absolutely. So actually a first down pickup there by Bishop Allen on the first play. A nice run up the middle as this offense gets ready to go. Shushleben on the carry again, far side, looking for the corner. Picks up a modest 4 or 5 yards there, Jesse.
First down carry, gain about 7.
Testing out the run game.
Your ball.
You know, I think as a defense, you've got to just kind of get settled in, line up against your opponent, and just kind of get a feel for things early on. You want to keep everything in front of you as a defense, and we're going to have a quick look at kind of the trenches here and seeing how the O-line, D-line are feeling each other out.
Second down and 3, the pitch goes out. That looks like Shushleben right near us, and a nice tackle though. How about Leaside, big number 56 getting in there and making a great stop. That's Luke McCartan.
Luke McCartan, great pursuit. You can see on the replay here, takes a great angle and makes a tackle and limits the gain on that second down.
So talking to Matthew Morrison pregame, and he mentioned Luke McCartan. He said he's going to make some tackles today, Jesse, that just sound different, and I think that was one of them right there. But here we go, third down and about 4 to go for this Bishop Allen Cardinals offense to pick up a first down. They're going to go back with Shushleben up the middle. Shushleben's got more. He's got enough and more. That moves the sticks for the Cardinals. How about this offensive line play and Shushleben running right through that hole, Jesse?
Yeah, great little run. A north-south kind of runner, you can tell already. So he's going to be a hard guy to contain all day long when he's coming at you like that.
Fresh set of downs and a great opening drive so far from Bishop Allen. Just hard-nosed running up the middle to start this drive. And why would they go away with it? They go back to Shushleben, but this time Leaside sets the edge and makes a nice tackle.
I think that's number 0 actually on the tackle. That's Nicholas DiNello with the tackle. He just kind of gets through and penetrates the line and brings him down for a loss.
Nicholas DiNello.
Yeah, so Leaside finally getting through and stopping the run there. They're going to be behind the sticks here. First time we've said that early on in this one. Let's see if Bishop Allen has to turn to the passing game for the first time. Nope, they're going to pitch it out left. Dennis Shushleben looking for the edge, and he's got it. A nice pickup, and it'll be interesting where they spot him here. And that's going to be a first down run, so what a pickup on second down and long. Shushleben gets the edge and picks up another fresh set.
How about these uniforms of Bishop Allen? Look a little bit like the Buccaneers.
They look, you know what they look like? Folks at home, look it up if you're not familiar with the Ball State Cardinals, which is a university program. They look exactly like that.
Well, you know what that tells me? They take pride in their team. They've got great uniforms, and they invest a lot here in this program. and they're hoping that they can deliver here today.
Shushleban again on the carry on first down, Jesse, but how about Luke McCartan? Matthew Morrison promised we'd say his name early and often, and we have so far.
Yeah, McCartan, you're just seeing, a little bit, look at this pursuit. He scrapes, and he's just taking the right angles. A well-coached linebacker there in McCartan.
Second down and long for, I almost called them Ball State there, Bishop Allen. And Steve, we haven't seen them go to the air yet, Jesse, but this might be the perfect opportunity to do so. Nope, they're going to pitch it out left to the other running back. That's Jake Becken, but Leaside rallies, and they're going to stop him well short of the mark.
Well, he brings up a third down now, and first time they've got to kind of decide as Bishop Allen, what are they going to do? I don't know. We didn't really get a chance to hear about their field goal capabilities, but I think early on, that's a good opening drive. About, I would say, 10 plays or so to get down there in the red zone, and now they're going to bring out the field goal unit, try to put 3 up.
Yeah, kicker's going to be Drew Senich. Number 81 on the program, and try and give the Bishop Allen Cardinal team an early lead here.
And they got 2 return guys in the end zone just waiting. A little bit of a bubble snap. And it's wide.
Wide right, and Leaside's got a chance to get it out of the end zone. Oh, but a great job by the field goal unit to get down there and make a play. Number 4 for Bishop Allen getting down there, Theo Choi. But, okay, Jesse, so we don't see any blood here early on, even though Bishop Allen established a really nice drive. 7 minutes to go in this first quarter, and our first look at the Leaside offense.
Yeah, and I think you've got to feel good about that drive. You clearly can move the ball on this defense, and they made some plays. They got to see how the defense reacted to those plays, so they're heading back in onto the sideline to regroup and talk about that, but I think they've set a good foundation for the game. On the other side here, now you've got you're kind of backed up in your zone. You're getting the offense out for the first time for Leaside, and we'll see what they do, if they stay conservative or if they're going to go to the air right away.
So Ko Abe will be the signal caller for the Lancers. We talked about him pregame, a baseball commit in Tennessee, but right now looking to win a Toronto High School football championship as the run goes up the middle, and a nice first down pickup for the Lancers offense to get things going.
Great run. You just have a look at it here. Kind of a balanced formation. They hand it off, and he's just able to drag a few defenders on his back. And that's big number 98. He's dragging him for about 3 yards. So this kid's legs are churning, and he's a strong running back. That's a good sign on first down.
Yeah, Malik Grant will be the tailback. It looks like leading most of the charge here for the Lancers, and they pick up a nice first down. Abe in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Grant. Grant looking for some space, and that big nose tackle, I think that's Nicholas Serafin's able to chase him down and make a nice tackle.
Julian Rodinzo also in on that tackle. But good pursuit by the defense so far. You have a look at the coaching staff on the sideline. Pretty good roster there. They brought a few people down here to the stadium today, and again, you can just tell when a high school program takes pride and they've got the resources they need. That can make a big difference too to get to this big game.
And Jesse, with a timeout on the field, let's take a moment to look at some of the sponsors that help put on this event, including the Buffalo Bills, who we mentioned are the presenting sponsor of this very game, NFL Canada, the Toronto Argonauts, the Toronto Argonauts Alumni Association, the Toronto Varsity Blues. Obviously, they've been gracious hosts. We've met some of their faculty members, really helping us out with a lot. Obviously, us putting these games on, you get to watch us broadcast these games live, and it really takes a village, Jesse, and we've met some great people the 2 days that we've been here the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, the hospitality's been great. I want to give a shout out to the folks up here in the booth helping us with the College of Sports Media.
Yes.
They've been awesome introducing us to some of the young aspiring sports media professionals that are here in Toronto working, and they've been fantastic. We've made some good connections here. But yeah, it's wonderful seeing everyone rally together to put these games on, and high school football is exciting. It's across coast to coast in Canada, and this time of year with the Grey Cup, the Vanier Cup, and all these high school games, it's football. The football buzz in the country is going off.
Yeah, and this is going to be a great cap off for us, Jesse. Really, the last event we get to do of the fall. And here we go. Leaside back on the field, 2nd down and 7. Kawabe drops back, looks to his right, fires, and just out of the outstretched hands, looking for his receiver number 3 there, and just cannot connect with him. That's Jackson Dyke that he tries to hit along the sidelines, just a little bit too far. Maybe was trying to throw a 4-seam fastball.
And we'll have a look at Dyke here. You know, he's definitely going to be a favorite target for the quarterback. And he, you know, big, lean, tall guy that, you know, usually he can probably bring that kind of catch in, but it's just a touch over. But that's common too, like one of the first couple passes of the day. He's just got to get his rhythm and his accuracy. And
a good stop by Bishop Allen, and this punt's going to hang up in the air for a little bit too long, and returner's going to wait for the 5 yards to be given, and he actually does a nice job there, Jesse, at dragging some defenders all the way into Leaside Lancers territory. The flag on the field looks like it'll be no yards.
Yeah, it looked like they gave him 5 yards there, but I was surprised to see the flag thrown so late. But great field position for Bishop Allen.
No yards against the Lancers.
Yeah, no yards. You know, they've got a good foundation for that with that last drive, so it'll be interesting to see what they dial up here.
Yeah, and we've seen last drive, Jesse, Bishop Allen really leaning on that running game. They never put the ball in the air, actually. I think they ran about 11 plays, all of them runs, so you expect to see a heavy dose of that, and why not start with a new ball carrier? Looks like number 4 is going to get the carry up the middle, and that makes a nice cut. Theo Choi getting his first touch of the ball game.
Yeah, nice play design too. They've got basically I formation, and then they get those 2 running backs out blocking, and they just wheel that slot back around.
Yeah, so when talking to their head coach, Jesse, Paul Massaro, they said they have a 2-headed running back attack, which we've seen Shushleman be really electric. We've only seen Jake Bracken carry it once or twice, and Theo Troy gets in on the mix. So it seems like they're going to lean on that ground game and this big offensive line paving the way. And they're going to go up the middle. That looks like Bracken. Bracken breaks free. Great job getting away from the defense, and he's going to pick up a first down and more. A great run from Jake Bracken.
Yeah, I think Bracken's the guy they're going to lean on all day. He's a power runner, north-south, like we talked about. And, you know, on this run, you know, he's able to turn nothing into about 4 or 5 yards every time. So he's going to be important. But it's good to get everyone a touch early in the game, just to get the nerves out.
Yeah, and really this Bishop Allen offense has been hard to stop. They obviously missed the kick on the last drive, but they've been moving the ball at will. And another fresh set for this Cardinal offense. The pitch goes out to the right. Got some room here. This is Shushleban, but Leaside meets him, forces the ball out. Unfortunately, Shushleban is able to jump back on it.
Well, you look on this play here, they've got 4 wide receivers to the strong side. They just run that sweep behind them, but you know, this is an aggressive defense, and like we said, the linebackers know how to pursue. The DBs are getting off their blocks and coming up to make the tackles, so really good sign for a defense here. I think points are going to be hard to get in this one.
Yeah, it might look that way. 3 minutes to go. Just over 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Been flying along. It's going to be second down and about 15 for this Cardinal offense. And they're going to stick with the run. It's going to be Shushleban up the middle. Leaside does a nice job of making a tackle. So we're probably going to see this Bishop Allen field goal unit come on once again. Let's see if Drew Senich can make it this time. But
well, you know, he's 0 for 1 wide right on the last one, but it's about the same distance this time.
Yeah.
And he's got it squared up in the middle between the hashes. So
well, we know kickers with the, you know, they have a favorite hash mark, Jesse. Maybe that wasn't his favorite hash mark.
Well, absolutely, and you know, still a decent sized kick for a high school senior.
Good snap, good hold. Senich kicks it, and looks like he missed it wide left this time, Jesse. And the returner looks like he has some space up the sidelines here, looking for a block. He's going to get one, cuts up field here, and takes it all the way out to the 40. Another missed kick leads to a great return from Jackson Dyke.
Yeah, Dyke, we've talked about him, and great return to try to flip that field a little bit for the advantage of the Lancers to get the offense back out here and try to get something working for them. But 2 missed field goals so far for Bishop Allen. They're able to get the ball down there, then they kind of are just kind of stuffed on 2nd and long, and that's 6 points that they've left off the board.
It's huge, Jess, especially in a championship football game. And now Leaside's going to take over with their best starting field position, led by Koabe here. And right at about the 40-yard line, let's see what this offense can do. I think they had a 3-and-out on their first drive. Koabe's going to keep it on the read option here. Try to get away from the Cardinals, but the Cardinals swarm and make a nice play here on first down.
Yeah, great defensive play. But, a dangerous quarterback by the looks of it. He pulls it in, tries to go inside on that tackle, but 92 just grabs cloth like he's taught. That's Trice McGregor with a great job, well-coached defensive lineman grabbing cloth and bringing him down.
So we've seen this Bishop Allen Cardinal defense really have a stranglehold on this Lancers offense early on here. 2nd down and 12 to go. Koabe drops back. He's looking deep here, Jesse. Double coverage, and good job by the Cardinals defense as Koabe tries to hit his target there. Number 27, and Theodore Iwata could not make the play.
Well, Abe, it looked good at the start when he released it, but it was underthrown, and I think he's lucky that wasn't picked off, because as that ball kind of hung up there for a little while, the defensive secondary was able to get under it, and there's about 3 people swarming that ball. So lucky to get this punt off here on this next down.
Yeah, 3rd and 12. Leaside will bring on their punting unit for the 2nd time. Good snap and a good kick here. It's going to be directed right at the returner for Bishop Allen, who's going to make a nice move to get away from a first defender and be brought down right at midfield. So, Jesse, the story of this game so far, as we're just under a minute to go in this first quarter, Bishop Allen, 2 missed field goals, so they've left 6 points off the board here early in this one. And then on Leaside's side of things, they've actually had to punt it twice. They've only ran 6 offensive plays.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, I think both teams have done well. They've been able to bend a little bit, and there's been some long drives. Like I think Bishop Allen's strung together two great series.
Definitely.
But yeah, points are hard to get by. It looks like the defenses are 2 pretty well-disciplined units.
Allen going to give it to Choi here up the middle again on that nice little play design, and Choi's going to break a couple of tackles and get more than enough for a first down. And Jesse, we've seen this play a couple of times, and maybe this is something they need to keep going to as Choi kind of takes that outside handoff and cuts it right up the middle.
Yeah, he's got a good sense to him, and it looks like it's opening up a little bit. This is going to be somebody that they're going to lean on, and it's only going to get harder and harder to contain him as the game goes on.
And Jesse, something to note, they keep running to that left side, and a player of note for this offense was Jose Ho Mira Lopez. And Jake Bracken's going to get a shot at it, and he's going to go up the middle, and he's going to get about 14 yards, Jesse. This rushing attack has been superb to start this game.
Yeah, Bracken, look at this. Just basically that stutter step, good vision to find daylight and just basically weave his way through that defense. But that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. So
yeah, Jesse, so first quarter is done here. They'll reverse fields. What's kind of your inkling on this game so far on both sides?
Well, I think right now we have to see that both defenses look like they are able to keep their teams in the game. And points, I believe, are going to be tough to come by. Bishop Allen's offense is moving the ball quite effectively on the ground, so that's going to be something that's going to be tough. But that could be kind of an adjustment that the Lancers can make, where maybe they could start loading that box a little bit more. Of course, that's going to give them opportunities to go through the air. So I think, honestly, this game's going to be a little bit of a coaching delight here. I think there's going to be some adjustments that open it up. Again, turnovers are going to be key.
Yep. Paul Massaro, the head coach of the Bishop Allen Cardinals. On the other side, it's Matt Morrison, obviously in his first year with the program. But priority number 1 for Matthew Morrison and these Leaside Lancers is stop the run game. They've been going at about a 15-yard attempt clip. And another fresh set for this offense. Handoff goes to Jake Bracken up the middle, and there's a nice play. And who else but Luke McCartan on your program, 56. He's been really the only one to be able to stop this run so far for this Lancers defense.
Yeah, McCartan's all over the field, and that's going to be part of it. Look at this; he just sheds that block too. 55 had him, and
Charlie Burnell was the one blocking there, and McCartan was having none of it. So 2nd down and 8 for this Cardinals offense. One of the better stops for this Lancers defense against the run. Jake Bracken, the fullback, Dennis Shushleben, the tailback, and they're going to give it to Bracken up the middle, and Leaside again with a nice stop. So you pick up about a few there, Jesse. It looks like we're going to bring back on the field goal unit.
It brings 3rd down up again. So again, they get down to this around the same area of the field, just inside the 20, and they're presented with a second and medium, and the defense stands up again. So it's incredible. They've done a fantastic job of just sniffing out the runs, getting off their blocks, and stopping the run short of the first down. But yeah, this will be the 3rd attempt here today for this young man.
And I think this is the longest one too, Jesse. So let's see if Senich can nail this one. Senich, it's up. It's Jesse.
A doink.
I mean, nothing has went right for Drew Senich today. That was the best shot that he had. Let's take a look at this replay. Senich gives the nod, says, yeah, I'm good to go. Hits it really well, and then just the worst sound you want to hear when you're a kicker, Jesse.
Well, good snap, good hold, good kick. He's just within an inch. So that's now, 9 points that could have been had by Bishop Allen that stay off the board, and it's a tie game.
Well, and if you're Leaside right now, you've run 6 offensive snaps. You let Bishop Allen really control the tempo of this game, especially at the line of scrimmage. You look up at the scoreboard, you're thinking, we're probably down by 2 scores. It's 0-0, and they got the football. So really fortunate for them. Let's see if this offense can finally get off the schneid. Ko Abe and company taking over here. Abe's going to keep it on the direct snap. And Bishop Allen there, led by 2 defenders, 51 and 92, Michael Krasuski, and company for this Cardinals defense with a nice stop.
Yeah, they're doing a great job getting off the blocks. 2 well-disciplined defenses. I mean, this type of game I love, Devin. I love this defensive battle, low scoring. Every play matters.
Well, really a special teams battle right now, Jesse. 2nd down and 6 for this Lancer offense. Let's see if they can pick up their first down of this game so far, Jesse. Koabe going to take the snap, look over the middle, fire right, and just short, looking for his receiver, 22, Malik Grant. But we do have a flag on the field here, Jess.
Yeah, Abe's having a little bit of trouble finding his rhythm and getting that accuracy where it needs to be. We've seen him overthrow a few players. That ball came out a little weird too, but
a bit of a wobbly one.
We'll see what the refs have here. It's going to be on the Lee's side, and that brings up 2nd and about 5.5.
Lee's side. The penalty be declined here, Jesse. So. It'll still be 3rd down here. And Leaside will bring on their punting unit for the 3rd time here today.
A little bit of confusion with the sticks. But yeah, you're right. They're going to punt it. Now this is a critical play. He's got to get a good ball off here.
Yeah, he fired a good one last time he was out there for Leaside. And good snap, good hold. Leaside gets it away. Sorry, no hold on a punt, but... Past midfield here, Bishop Allen on the return. Still going here, Jesse breaks a couple of tackles. Looking for the sideline. Still going, breaks another one. How about the return by Claudio Luenzi?
Luenzi reverses field. I mean, a nice little run getting out of that mess over there. But Leaside's got to do a better job wrapping him up because kind of an untraditional looking punt returner, but obviously dangerous.
Strong one. Maybe look for him to be featured a little bit more in the offensive game plan. Claudio Luenzi as a linebacker on the roster sheet up here. But here we go. It's been the story of the game so far, folks, as we're just under 9 minutes to go in this first half. Bishop Allen has controlled the tempo, controlled the field position. We're still looking at a 0-0 game as their offense takes back over in their best starting field position. And why not start it with Jake Bracken, who's able to pick up a modest 2 or 3 there.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of variation here from Bishop Allen. I mean, they haven't put the ball in the air. I wonder if they are just kind of luring the defense in, or if they maybe have some reasons or confidence issues with their air attack.
Well, they said, Jesse, they in talking to their coach, they are going to feature the run game heavily. That's their kind of their DNA, led by Jake Bracken and Dennis Shushleban. So this is kind of what they do, and they're going to stick with it here on second down. Dennis Shushleban picks up a nice gain. So here we go, Jesse. I don't think that'll be enough for a first down. So do you bring on the kicking unit for the 4th time here, or do you keep the offense on the field?
Well, at some point, you've got to ask that question, right? Are we better to just run it? I mean, on this, I think you run it.
Yeah, it's third and
a yard.
Yeah.
I think you stick with what's working, but this is the first time they're going to choose to keep it on the ground on 3rd down and just see what they can do and get inside the 20. And
well, here we go. They're going to go up the middle to Jake Bracken, and he's going to be...
That's close, but I think he's got it.
The referee's already pointing for a first down, so he gets there. And probably the person who was most happy about that had to be Drew Senich, who he's hit some good balls today, Jesse, but they just have not found their way in, right? But Bishop Allen going to get another fresh set here. They've really lived in Leaside territory so far. Let's see if we can see our first points on the board in this on this drive.
Yeah, let's key on 56 on the defense. That's McCartan.
Yeah.
He met Bracken right in the hole there that time.
And they're going to go to Shushleban this time. Shushleban looking for the corner, but a nice diving tackle by the sidelines.
That's the quarterback, Abe,
yes. So we talked to Matt Morrison pregame. He said that this team is playing the most two-way players that they ever have. We see Abe pay off there.
Yeah, look at that. Comes off of his block and makes a great tackle. Goes low, wraps up the legs.
So when your quarterback's out there diving at players' legs on defense, that fires you up a little bit. So let's see if that can ignite something in this Leaside team. 2nd down and long for Bishop Allen.
So Bishop Allen getting into this 2nd and long situation again. And
going back to that Choi play, but he's met in the hole. McCartan leading it. That ball looked like to be free.
It looked like it was getting a little loose.
We take a look here, Jess. I think that ball was lodged.
But look at the defense rally to this ball here.
Boom, that's McCartan right in the hole.
Zero just pushing back his block there. That's Nicholas DiNello. Great job to just get the contain and force it in. And again, we're here 3rd down around the same area of the field. And
folks, welcome to the Drew Senich show early on here today.
They're going to bring him out again.
This looks to be the exact same spot that he doinked just a few minutes ago. Senich, here we go. Oh, they're going to fake it here, Jesse. The quarterback's got it. Looks deep. And what a catch.
Wow. Strong catch.
They're saying incomplete on the field.
No. They're saying it's a...
I have one official down here, Jesse, who waved incomplete immediately. They're gonna. It's right here. Let's see.
Oh, I think it touched. That's okay. Well, we'll see what they sort out here. I saw 2 referees up there where the wall were saying is completion.
Yeah, I see one nearest to us.
They're gonna have a discussion about it, but this is big.
That's
they faked the field goal. The fire drill comes in, that safety comes in, and it's an incomplete pass.
I think that's a good call, Jesse. Obviously, the referees don't have the benefit of replay like we do, but I think a good job there by head official Vito Curali and his crew, kind of getting together and delegating. Hey, that was incomplete.
Yeah, you don't want to be the reason that you set up Bishop Allen on an incomplete pass, 1st and goal.
Yeah.
So. Good job by the officials, just kind of conferring with each other, making sure they get the right call. But again, this has been a lot of points. It's 12 points now.
And Jesse, one thing I want to note there, that was Anthony Story who threw that fake punt. That's their quarterback. That's his first pass of the game. Right. You're asking him to go complete a pass, his first pass of the game on a fake field goal. So Bishop Allen having some woes in the red zone, but here we go. Leaside, story of the game. They take over deep into their own territory. Kowabe is going to keep it himself, and a nice pickup and a first down run for Leaside. Only the first time we've said that here today.
Now, I would say with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, the defense holding strong for Leaside again and again. This is a critical series for the offense to try to find something, to string together a few first downs, maybe get some points on the board before halftime. They can really start to get the momentum and the psychology of this game here. If they can keep zeros on the board for Bishop Allen in the game, they've got a great chance of winning this game.
Under 5 minutes to go in this first half, flying by, and a nice first down pickup for Leaside. Kowabe starting to find his rhythm here on the ground maybe a little bit. Oh, and as I say that, Jesse, we get a fumbled snap. It looks like Leaside's able to jump back on it, but that's just a killer.
It looked like he tried to pull away from the center before the ball was snapped, so a little bit of miscommunication there. That's what you don't want to see right now. As I just mentioned, this is a critical series for this offense. They've got to find something because their defense is holding them in here.
Yeah, and I think too, Jesse, important to note, obviously Bishop Allen has made their way into the red zone consistently, but it still does take a lot of your defense to hold them out of the end zone, force these field goal attempts, and luckily for them, they haven't been able to convert any of them. So it's a tough one on first down there. Second down and 12 to go for this Lancer offense. Let's see if they go through the air with Abe. Abe is going to play action, roll to his right, look downfield. Abe pump fakes, fires right at the sticks, and through the outstretched arms of his receiver, number 14 there. And just cannot connect with him. He's looking for Sammy Casti-D'Angelo.
Yeah, not a bad attempt. I mean, he kind of pulled it back, kind of Joe Montana style, like looking for Clark there. But, he did find the receiver. I mean, I think they've got to find a way to get Dyke the ball.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a critical thing for them to find out.
Well, yeah, and talking to Matt Morrison, obviously head coach, I mean, those were kind of the two guys to key on, Jackson Dyke and Kowabe. Obviously, I mean, the MVP for them so far has been Luke McCartan on defense with these booming hits, but another punt here for this Lancer team, and this one's right at midfield. We've seen this story before, Jesse. He's got to watch out if it's going to hit any of his players. Flag does go down, looks like it'll be no yards. So
good heads-up play by number 24, just jump on the ball. That's Nathan Cade. Didn't want to risk anything. He just jumps on it. And they're going to give the offense another shot with 3 minutes left in the half.
So, Jesse, I'll say this to you. Deja vu. How many times have we seen in this first half the same story over and over again? Bishop Allen drives down the field, misses a field goal. Leaside has to punt it away at midfield over and over again. So let's see which one of these teams can kind of break free for the first time.
And it's all for the hardware. You see the big trophies there. They want it bad, This is high stakes football here in Bishop Allen.
Oh, here we go, Jesse, going to the air for the first time. Story looking to his right, and he's going to connect with his man, who makes a nice move. Definitely, I mean, a modest pickup there, Jesse, but I'd like to see this Bishop Allen Cardinal offense kind of switch it up and go to the air for the first time.
Yeah, I think they've got to try something else here at this point. 51 in on the tackle there, does a nice job getting out to the flats to make that tackle.
Yeah, but looks like some conversation down at field level. But Jesse, Anthony Story, the quarterback for Bishop Allen, that looked like a pretty good pass, some good juice on that pass. Let's see if they decide to go to the air a little bit more here, especially on second down and long.
Yeah, that was Nathaniel Lau, number 51 on the defense, that made that tackle.
And they will. Story drops back, looks to his left.
And
that ball is very dangerous. It's picked off. That's going to be the Leaside Lancers, who's dragged down by Anthony Story. What an interception by number 0, Nicholas Dinello.
Yeah, that's a unadvised throw. He's throwing across the field into the flats. He had somebody in his face. He shouldn't have thrown that, but he tries to get it out there. They're trying to air the ball out more, trying to find a way to get some points here, but ill-advised throw, and now Leaside with the ball here. A little momentum. 2:41 left in the half, and
after the interception. So it will be first down late.
I think Leaside,
they're going to get, it looks like Leaside on a hold after that interception. But Jesse, you just mentioned it. I think that has a lot to do with Leaside kind of getting into the heads of Bishop Allen, being like, hey, you guys are going to be able to drive down and you're going to miss the field goal. Put it in the air, they do, and Leaside going to take advantage of that.
But again, you know, it's all for naught if Leaside can't figure out how to get their own points there.
Good point.
I think they've got to scheme up something where they're getting number 3 Dyke the ball. They've got to get him in space. You know, I think that's going to be critical. It looks like Dyke's lining up here on the close to your sideline on the screen, down below, and as the slot. So I would be watching to see what they do here on this series with Dyke. Again, want to thank all the sponsors, Area 51 Sports. We've seen a lot of the uniforms provided by Area 51 with the little logo there, and they're making everyone look pretty good.
Very prominent down here in the GTA is Area 51 in those jerseys, and just another shout out to the Buffalo Bills, who are actually the presenting sponsors of this game, the 2025 Toronto Bowl, AA Toronto Bowl. So obviously a lot of people that go into this and make this happen, but here we go, Jesse. First down. They're going to go. So the referees called an initial hold against Leaside on the return, on the interception return. They went back on that and they called something on Bishop Allen. Wasn't able to see the signal from Vito Cirali and his crew, but best starting field position for Leaside today, and it's not even close. Let's see if they can capitalize. Koabe with 2 running backs to his left and right. Abe drops back, looks over the middle. He's hit as he throws, and he connects with his receiver, number 14, Sammy Casti D'Angelo.
Well, Abe took a hit there. We'll try to see it on the replay, but look at this. Number 10 completely untouched.
Yeah. Claudio Luenzi, who we seen on that punt return earlier.
That's right.
He comes in on the free hit.
Yeah.
But Abe, we've seen, I mean, he's not afraid of contact. We've seen him make tackles on defense. We've seen him lower his shoulder on offense. I'll say this, the King University in Tennessee is getting a good one. I don't know how much contact there is in baseball, Jesse, but maybe get this guy a bat and get him a headset going on, and he'll be good to go. Second down and 7 to go. Abe drops back.
Oh, they run the screen and they got him.
Set up. He's got some room here. A nice block by his offensive lineman. A nice couple of blocks by his offensive lineman. And a first down and more. How about 67 leading the way there, Jesse, for this Leaside Lancers offense? But yeah, they set up the screen.
Yeah, check out this block right here.
Yeah, watch it.
67.
Boom,
Where's one? There's
boom.
2. Pancake. See you later. 87 that was actually.
87 on the block there. Great job. Malik Grant is the one who actually gets the screen pass there, and then 87 knocks Kreber on the line.
So that's the first time we've seen Leaside run that screen. They've started to go to the air. You know, the pursuit's coming. They're coming for him now, and a great call by the coaching staff there to dial up that screen at the right time.
First time in the red zone for Leaside on offense as the handoff goes to Grant. Grant looking for some space, does a good job of getting away from the initial rush there, and a nice first down pickup there by Malik Grant.
You know, I think now they're picking the right plays at the right time, doing a good job, and you know, Grant, look at this footwork.
Yeah,
just being
nice.
able to kind of dance, right? Dance and jump cut his way for a first down.
They're dialing up the right things at the right time here, Jesse, and obviously, I mean, this first half has really been all Bishop Allen, but we're looking at it with under 2 minutes to go. Leaside has the best opportunity to punch in and put points on the board. Here we go, first down.
Dyke
first
in the slot.
Abe drops back.
He runs the out.
He's got Grant. Grant makes a nice catch. Breaks a tackle from Claudio Luenzi. And how about this Leaside offense?
Yeah, pick up about 4 yards here. They can still get a first down without scoring. And
looks like they're bringing on a new formation here, Jesse, at field level. Maybe a heavy package as they trot off the field some of their pass-catching personnel, it looks like. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. Looks like head coach Paul Massaro of Bishop Allen wants to talk it over with his team. So, Jesse, if you're Bishop Allen right now and you're Paul Massaro, you've dominated this first half. I mean, there's no two ways about it. But right now, with only 1:30 on the board, you're in jeopardy of going down 7-0 here when really you've controlled the tempo of this game. What do you tell your defense right now?
Well, you know, they've done a good job, right? Like, so this is the first series that we've seen Leaside actually move the ball effectively. So I would just stick with it. You know, I think they're going to try to give the ball to Malik Grant, and I think you load the box up, take your risk on some sort of play action, and be vulnerable there. But I mean, they've done a good job. There's no reason to panic at this point. But a critical series for Leaside, because, like you said, you put some points on the board, you give it back to your defense. You know, I think that's the formula for Leaside today. Is just you know, lean on the defense, let them keep the points off the board, and then if the offense can get a few, they score a touchdown. 10 points, they're going to win this game.
Well, Jesse, it looks like a bigger first down carry than. Hand up goes to Malik Grant. Grant looking for the marker as his offensive line gives him a push. Isn't able to get there. But Jesse, on that first down run, they actually gave Leaside about 8 yards, so they are really close to first down yardage here.
Yeah. Well, so I think you go for it here with Grant.
Yeah,
get the push.
Territory. And looks like we're going to have another timeout here to talk things over.
So at halftime, we are going to go down field side to our field side reporter, Chris, just to get a little sense of how things are unfolding down there. Maybe grab an interview and talk to some of the players. I think next game with the All-Star, we're going to be able to meet a few of the players down on the field.
Yeah, so really cool setup with that. As we can set the stage a little bit here with a little in the action. There are going to be 4 teams on your screen in 4 quadrants of the field. Only one game will be happening on the field at one time. It'll be running time, but it's basically the four of the biggest, most prominent high school associations who run high school football, Jesse. They're going to be all-star teams going against the other 3.
More than just a flag. Chase a goal. Chase something. Chase rings. Chase gold.
Chase me.
Nah, chase me.
Chase all of it.
For Leaside, the direct snap goes. I can't really see here, Jesse. I think
it's a fumble.
A fumble. Bishop Allen is celebrating on the field, and the referee points the opposite direction. The Cardinals with a huge turnover.
Well, that is incredibly lucky for Bishop Allen to get out of that.
I think these teams are allergic to finding the end zone, Jesse. We're sitting with a 0-0 game, a minute 12 on the clock in this first half. I didn't have a good vantage point of it, but it looked like maybe a QB sneak by Koabe, and Bishop Allen must have punched that out, and here we go. They're going to take back over on offense, and they are a dangerous rushing attack.
So a minute left. I formation.
Handoff goes to the tailback. That's going to be Dennis Shushleban.
You know, I think the danger here for Leaside, especially after that tragic fumble on the goal line, is Bishop Allen can just break a run, right? They could just kind of get the wrong angle, maybe be a little sleepy, and that could be how they get their points.
Could be a house call, yeah.
Most Monroe to 6.
Anthony Story is the quarterback. Obviously, we've seen him throw the costly interception on their last drive. 2nd down and 4. I anticipate a run, and they will, but a nice job by Leaside. Meeting him right in the hole.
Yeah, great linebacking core here.
100%, Jesse.
Incredible. You see the tackle here.
We've seen McCartan, but this looks like the other linebacker just shoots the gap.
That's the Will back. Gets low, and then...
Yeah, I want to say that was Nicholas Danello, who we've said a lot today as well. Nicholas Danello, along with Luke McCartan, have really been that dangerous tandem at that linebacking spot,
Cardinals to line, third down.
along with Tim Namura. But third down, and Bishop Allen with a nice punt. Anthony Story kind of fakes like he was going to take that as a quarterback, and some confusion down there. We see flags fly all over the place.
Third down punt picked up by
So interesting formation there for the punt, Jesse. You kind of lined up like they're going to go for it, but
Yeah.
Anthony Story's also
Let's
their
see
punter.
the laundries
So a
about
nice
our
little
Wednesday
wrinkle there.
morning.
Well, and you know, that could be something to look to in the second half is it's kind of a fake punt and just let him kind of run it. Just kind
Yeah.
of look and see
See
if he's got an
smart.
opening and go for it. That could be an effective thing, you know, but it's great that he is the quarterback and the punter, and he's gives him the ability to pass it, run it, or
Yeah.
kick it if he
Three
feels so.
options.
Yeah.
We call it a triple option punt, Jesse. You ever hear that? That's a new lingo here down in the GTA here on Wednesday morning. But the flag will go against Bishop Allen. So here we go. 22 seconds on this first half clock. Leaside going to have the ball in great opening field position right at the 40-yard line, right at Bishop Allen's 40-yard line. And we're still looking for the first points of the board on this one, folks. If you've just tuned in, that scoreboard is not wrong. It is the second quarter, and it's 0-0, 22 seconds on the clock.
You see the coach talking to number 8, Tim.
Oh, high snap
Namura.
here, Jesse. It gets by Ave. Looking
no.
for it, trying to pick it up. It's a scramble, and the Cardinals celebrate. And the signal is Cardinal football. The last two offensive snaps for Leaside, both turnovers.
Yeah, they've had a bit of trouble, right? You saw Abe pull out of the center there a little early. Now a high snap.
Just a killer for Leaside. And neither team really able to capitalize in this first half, Jesse. But I mean, it's been exciting. We've kind of seen it all, even though we have no points.
Yeah, these are fun games when you get it low score, a couple turnovers like this. Just puts every play under the microscope.
Story drops back, looks to his left, looking for a receiver. He's going to fire one right in the middle of a bunch of Lancers, and that one's picked off.
Dyke.
And it's going to be Jackson Dyke on the interception. Anthony Story, second of this first half.
So you got 3 seconds. You got one more play here for Leaside. I think you're looking for a double move with Dyke. Just try to take something down and see what you can do.
We have an injured Cardinal down on the field level as well. So we will step away for a short minute and come back with the last 4 seconds of this first half.
Lots of banging and crashing on a Wednesday morning. That's going to wrap our first half of football. We are scoreless.
Injured player there, Jesse, was Theo Choi for the Cardinals, and looks like he's able to get up and get off under his own power and walk to the sidelines. But they're going to call that the end of the first half, Jesse. 0-0 still for the Cardinals against the Lancers. What'd you see out of that first half?
Well, like we said, 3 missed field goals. We've got a fumble on the goal line. And, you know, I think the defenses are holding strong. I mean, this is going to be coming down to 1 or 2 plays that are going to result in points. That's going to be your winner.
Well, let's jump down at field level here. Chris Lambert with Jackson Dyke from Leaside.
All right, Chris Lambert here with Jackson Dyke. Jackson, you know, you guys fumble down at their end, then you fumble on a snap there. Your quarterback fumbled that went behind him, but then you make a huge interception. How big was it to make that play in a situation where it looked like, you know, you guys may go down into the half?
No, it just brings our team out in the second half, motivate us, keep going, keep pushing. Like, it's a tie game. No one's winning, no one's losing. So we're just going to come out, play Lancer football, and we're going to win this game.
Awesome. Thank you for your time. Good luck in the second half. That was Jackson Dyke, everyone. Back up to Jesse and Devin in the booth.
Well, thanks, Chris. And obviously, it was an exciting half. 0-0, Leaside versus Bishop Allen. We kind of seen everything. Jesse, closing thoughts before we step away for a quick break and come back with a second.
Well, I think, listen, if you're both teams, you're going into the half. It's basically a 0-0 game. You've been able to feel both teams out. I think now, like I said earlier, it comes down to a few of the adjustments the coaches and the players can make together. They got to find a way to get their playmakers the ball, but most importantly, both teams have to find the end zone some way, shape, or form.
Couldn't agree more. You are watching this live on TYSN. 2 more games to go after this one. Come back for the second half and watch these two teams battle for the AA Toronto Bowl.
Look, Devin, I'm going to take a step back. I think let's reflect back on COVID. Not that we want to talk about COVID, but coming out of COVID, we saw the decline of football in the city. Back in the 90s and 80s, we were sending kids down D1 programs. We were sending guys into the CFL and the NFL. And since then, football isn't a primary sport for a lot of kids. And we really just want to change that narrative. We wanted to create something new, bring something old, and give it its new format, which we did at Football Toronto. And look, I think from the live streams that you folks are going to be putting on to playing down at Varsity Stadium, which is in and itself is an experience. Like driving down south towards the CN Tower is, I got to play at the University of Toronto, and it's a unique experience. Hearing the announcer echo in downtown Toronto, it's a great experience for the kids. And look, a lot of these kids aren't going to go on and play university football, right? This is going to be their one opportunity to celebrate the game and the hard work that they've put in. We want to create lifelong fans. We want to create lifelong people that are committed to this game so that we can continue to play this game for the next decade, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. We're a volunteer organization, like I said, recognizing that football was on the decline in the city. So what we did is we went out and found sponsors. We were really super fortunate to have NFL Canada, MLSC, Toronto Argos, through MLSC, the Buffalo Bills, Area 51 Sports, and a few other partners to really bring together programs that fill the void, right? One is the Argos Helmet Bank, where over the past 2 years we've given out over 500 helmets to programs here in the city. So we're removing that cost completely using the funding coming from MLSC. And then we're fortunate enough with NFL Canada, we provide AI cameras. So we actually set up those AI cameras on the sideline free of charge. All of this is free of charge for programs. Just trying to reduce barriers, reduce costs on programs. Teachers can focus on teaching and delivering programs, and we can make it easier for them. So look, Football Toronto is a community organization. We're connected to Football Ontario. We're an experiment that we hope to bring across Ontario, where organizations like ours can pop up in London or Ottawa or Niagara. It's really just to fill the void in these niche things like film or helmets or running championships where there isn't, right? There's so many people that want to get back to football, that play football, that aren't teachers, that aren't community coaches. And we found this is a creative, unique way for those folks to get back.
More than a game. It's the grind, the glory, the story.
Hey, welcome to the 2025 OSFL Dan Grossi Memorial Cup U18 AA Quinty Skyhawks battling the Sarnia Sturgeon. Devin Gilmore-Neal, your play-by-play announcer once again for this game. Joined by Coach T, Tristan Romeo. Chugging along,
there he goes.
We'll throw up the B sign.
That's a house call.
Skyhawks.
It's a house call for Benoit Frey and the Quinty Skyhawks. Just gonna make a guy miss, and then he's gonna turn on those jets, pumping the feet all the way through.
At TYSN, the U Sports Network, we don't just cover football. We live it. We capture the big plays, the small details, and everything in between, with cinematic visuals, real-time commentary, and storytelling that hits harder than a goal line stand.
Good things, and then they go for this complicated double reverse play.
Yes.
And it's been the same old song and dance all day long.
And the best part? This crew. They're just like you. Young, driven, and hungry to create. Future sports media pros, gaining experience, building portfolios, and doing what they love.
You know, the game of football has given me a lot. The more at the youth level you can kind of learn strategy and kind of put those bullets in your chamber for when you want to, you know, be a color guy or a play-by-play, the easier things that world will become to you.
Join us at TYSN, whether you're behind the lens, behind the mic, or behind the scenes. There's a spot for you on this team. This is your game, your voice, your network. Apply now and be at the next big game and start your journey in the sports media world today.
Abur drops back, looks over the middle, lofts one. Maddox balls right there! Picked up from Maddox, ball takes a knee!
I have never seen a quarterback have the game he's had and then go in on defense and pick it off.
The game is over.
And that's
Congratulations to the U18 Sarnia Sturgeon for winning their second straight U18 Dan Grossi Memorial Cup. What a game.
And you run in right down here for the game-winning touchdown. Big smile on your face, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, what does it mean to this group to be able to do this here today?
It's all up for grabs now. NFL flag, chase something.
Underrated tailgates Detroit, man. I went to a Lions game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the start of the second half of this AA Toronto Bowl 2025, the final day of the 40th Metro Bowl here at Varsity Stadium at the University of Toronto. Devin Gilmark-Neal on play-by-play, Jesse Card up here providing the color commentary, and we got Chris Lambert at field level, who you've heard from already. Jesse, exciting first half, still looking at a shutout though in this one.
Absolutely. I mean, points again are going to be the critical thing here. They've been hard to come by for both teams. We've seen 3 missed field goals. We've seen a couple of interceptions, trying to put the ball through the air, and a fumble on the goal line, right? So I think, you know, both teams are getting back there trying to figure out how they can find pay dirt in this second half, and I think it's going to be one or two plays, as I said before the break, that are going to make the difference here in this game.
Yeah, definitely, and that two-headed running attack for Bishop Allen has been electric. But the story of the first half, in my opinion, Jesse, Drew Senich of the Cardinals going 0 for 3 on field goals. Then Bishop Allen lines up for another one. Anthony Story, the quarterback, fakes it and throws it his first pass of the game, Jesse. And that was a really close one, too. We've seen the replay on that. I think they got it right at the field as an incomplete pass, but we've really seen it all in a shutout game. Let's see which team can kind of find the end zone here first.
Yeah, on that fake field goal pass, you had the return guy come up and kind of swat that ball down, but yeah, it looked like it was almost caught there for a first down. So they've got a lot of options. I think in that first half they've been able to try and go pretty deep in their playbooks. Now it's going to be the adjustments that they make, and I think certainly for Leaside, they've got to find a way to get number 3 the ball. That's Dyke, who's definitely one of their playmakers, that if you can get him into space, he can break something. I think on the other side for Bishop Allen, I don't think you can really change what you're doing. I think you keep the ball in the hands of your running backs and hope that they can just kind of find a seam and break one.
Well, we've seen it too, Jesse. They tried to alter their strategy and go more to the air attack with Anthony Story at the end of that second half. What happened? 2 interceptions for their offense. So look for them to keep pounding the rock. Look for Leaside to try and get the ball into the hands of their playmakers, and we're going to see basically a second half of adjustments here. Head coach Paul Massaro of the Bishop Allen Cardinals, head coach Matt Morrison of the Leaside Lancers. Leaside looking for their second straight AA Toronto Bowl title here in Toronto at this 40th Metro Bowl. Bishop Allen looking for their first, which is actually it was the first annual edition of the AA Toronto Bowl last year. So Leaside looking to continue being the only champions that this game has ever seen as part of the Metro Bowl. But Bishop Allen will receive the second half opening kickoff, and let's see what these teams come out of the halftime with.
It's going to be a fun half to watch, and hopefully for us and the entertainment factor, it comes down to 1 or 2 last plays with the clock ticking down to zeros.
Lancer set to kick, Cardinals set to receive. Here we go.
You got the voice of Brantford there.
Matt Dean setting the stage there. Got a lot of energy. I don't know when it
sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah. Good kickoff here. Back, that looks like it's going to be Claudio Luenzi looking for some space, but a great job by the kickoff team getting down there, led by number 21 of the Lancers, getting down there in a hurry. That was Ethan Papathanalakalis.
Yeah, number 10, Luenzi's definitely the trusted punt returner and kick returner. We've seen him out there making plays on defense too, so another name that we've brought up a lot.
So Bishop Allen taking over on offense. Obviously, I mean, Jesse, they ran for well over 100 yards in that first half as a team. Obviously, nothing to show on it for the scoreboard, but let's see if they can get back to that pounding ground game that we've seen in the first half.
Well, both teams, when they put it through the air, they haven't really run any seams or any deep balls. It's been out.
Switch. Oh, and look at this, Jesse. They fake it to Choi, pitch it to Bracken up the middle. He's going to be able to pick up a modest few. So they have a lot of looks with their running game, and they just got to stick with it, I believe.
A little bit of a shovel pass.
Shovel pass, yeah.
But yeah, the first time we've seen that play today.
Second down and about 7 to go here for Bishop Allen. Back to their I formation with Bracken at fullback and Shushleben at tailback, and still trucking forward here, right close to the marker, but he will be wrapped up just short.
And that's Eamon Palmer, number 4, that comes up the tackle and just kind of holds on for all dear life. But again, these are really well-coached defenses, and they're not afraid of contact. They're getting in there, they're getting upfield and downhill tackles.
So decision time for Bishop Allen, and it looks like we're going to get a stoppage down on the field with a big substitution package coming in for Bishop Allen. So you take a look at head coach Paul Massaro there on your screen. Bishop Allen be lining up here. Looks like this will be their punt formation, but
yeah, two punt returners, Iwata.
Right at the returner, a nice catch in stride for Leaside, and he's able to get right to midfield.
It's Ryan Rands catching that ball in the air, but good field position for Leaside. Two incredibly even matched teams.
Oh yeah,
this is what you want to see out of a championship game.
Two teams that take a lot of pride in their programs too, Jesse. Getting able to have a couple of chats with Paul Massaro and Matt Morrison leading up to this, asking them a little bit about their teams, and they both provided a ton of information on their programs and their players this year, their season so far. So two distinguished programs, I would say, Jesse, and we've seen them battle so far early in this one. So let's see this Leaside offense for the first time in this second half. Ko Abe looks like they're lining up in the I form, which we didn't really see in the first half, and they're going to hand it off to Grant up the middle, and picks up a nice first down yardage. Still trucking those feet, Jesse. First down, Leaside.
Well, one thing Grant does exceptionally is he's just a very patient runner. You see, he just kind of is able to slow himself down while he's making a decision on where to go and find those creases. And when he gets into contact, he's just dragging defenders along the way. But fantastic run by Grant.
Yep, and that's first down yardage. So Leaside has really found something on offense in the last about, 15 minutes of real time. And let's see if they can continue that, as once again they line up in the I form here on first down. Handoff goes back to Malik Grant. A nice cut to the outside. Malik Grant looking for the sideline and is finally met by Bishop Allen and will be gang tackled after about a gain of 5 or 6.
You know, Grant looks like a type of player that he could really develop into a great Canadian University player. Somebody, a return specialist, also, a running back that can go in at any point and get you some critical yards. But very impressed with Malik Grant so far today.
And keep an eye on big number 99 on the defense of Bishop Allen. That's Nicholas Seraphin, who was kind of a key player that they spotlighted there. Like, he'll be in tough right now to help stop the run, because it looks like Leaside has found something here on the ground. Second down and short. Two running backs in the backfield for Leaside. The handoff. Fakes the handoff. Ko Abe goes out to his right, looking for space. He's got some. Has the first down and more. Another first down for the Leaside Lancers.
And that's the first time we've seen Ko Abe do that. And I think in this second half, they've got to rely on him a little bit more to use his legs, because clearly he can move.
Yeah, athletic kid, obviously going off to university to play next level baseball, so he has the tools to make things happen. And it looks like Jackson Dyke is now coming onto the field. Wasn't out there initially as they were in this jumbo package, but now they are going to call number 3's number, who you heard at the end of the first half with our very own Chris Lambert. But here we go, Leaside sustaining a very nice opening drive here in this second half.
I remember they hit the screen pass with Grant before. Now they're using Abe.
Action out to the left. Jesse, what a play by Bishop Allen. Tips it to himself. Intercepts the pass. 24, Nathan Cade.
What a play. We're going to get a look at this, but Nathan Cade makes the play of the season for his team, Bishop Allen. He just tips it to himself with one arm, gets underneath it. Is tackled immediately by the quarterback, but really that was the most impressive Leaside drive that we've seen so far, and he just brought it to an end.
And really, Jesse, I didn't think when he let go of that pass, I didn't think it had a chance to be intercepted. I thought that there was enough air under that ball. Nathan Cade, what a play, young man. And the momentum shifts again here. We've seen so many momentum shifts. Bishop Allen's going to take over on offense once again. What a play from Nathan Cade. 7.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. The pitch goes out to Shushleben, but he's met by Lancers. Ball hits the turf, and Leaside
That's a killer.
They jump back on it, Jesse. Turnover after turnover. The Lancers get the ball back.
That's a killer for Bishop Allen. I mean, listen, are we going to see any points today? I'm not convinced.
They are allergic to the end zone,
We should
Jesse.
start talking about the overtime rules now.
Luke McCartan in on the stop. Of course he was. I mean, if you're Nathan Cade, you just give your team all the momentum. Leaside gets it right back, Jesse.
Get back out there, Cade. Great field position, you know. I guess
We've said that a million times, Jesse. It hasn't amounted to any points.
Well, you know, they're just going to pretend like they didn't throw that interception, and they're still in the same series.
All right, Jesse. What else are we looking for here?
Well, like I said before, you know, they did manage to run that screen pass to the running back Grant,
and they are going to keep it on the ground to Grant. But this time, Bishop Allen is ready for it. And no gain, maybe even a loss there on first down.
So second down. But if you're at home, you know, you're at school, you're watching these two teams play, how exciting would this be for your game, for your school, the pride?
Yeah.
You know, the rest of the student body, hearing those names called, or those students that you go to school with every day, and they're in the big stadium playing one heck of a ball game.
And hopefully you're able to get out of the class to come watch it here, but if not, that's why we're right here, Jesse, bringing it to you live on TUSN. Second down and 11. Pitch goes out to the right. Looks like it's going to be Grant. Once again, Grant breaks an arm tackle. Another one. Picks up a nice gain here. It's going to be decision time for the Lancers offense.
Well, third down. Again, we've seen this by both teams a few times. These are just two very, very sturdy, stiff defenses that aren't allowing anything big. No big plays, right? Just a couple of 14, 15-yard runs. That's about all we've seen in terms of explosive plays.
So, Jesse, I believe I've been saying 22's name wrong this entire time. I believe it's Ryan Rands, who's listed as a running back at 22, but they also have a 22 on defense that says Malik Grant.
Okay.
I believe Ryan Rands is the one who's been getting all this work. But when you have two 22s on the score sheet, you know, we're up here. We're not rocket scientists, Jesse. But can we see our first points of the game on this one? As the kicker lines up, Jesse, obviously field goal kicking has not been a strong suit in this one. Can we get some points? Good snap, good hold. Block! Jesse Bishop Allen blocks it and is able to jump on it.
Double zeros.
Goose eggs on the scoreboard, Jesse. What'd you see out of this one? Just a low kick, I think.
They come across. They get penetration on both sides there, and I think it was just a little bit of delayed, slow snap. But yeah, again, no points.
Well, Jesse, I don't know if it's the case of the 9 a.m. game. I don't know if these kids have an exam coming up that they're nervous about, but these teams have made it apparent that they don't want to get into the end zone. Defense, like Jesse, the thing is too, it's not like we've seen 3 and outs and then punts, 3 and outs and then punts. We've seen both teams kind of move the ball pretty well, get to the red zone, and whether it be a missed kick, a blocked kick, a punt, an interception, a one-handed tip interception, we've kind of seen it all. As referees down at field level, it looks like we had an injured Lancer who's just getting up now, number 17. Looks to be okay as he hobbles off the field. But here we go. So Bishop Allen going to take over. 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. The scoreboard is not wrong. 0-0 on the scoreboard.
And shout out to DC Air. 25% off furnace installation. So it's coming up into the winter time. If you got a furnace on the fritz, you know, call your DC Air.
Yeah, that's Jason's company there. I'll be for the 40th Metro Bowl later on today at 2 o'clock. But here we go, back to field level. Bishop Allen. The referee just whistling it in now.
So quarterback's going to reset them.
Story, the quarterback for Bishop Allen. And they're going to keep the ball up the middle to, I believe that was Jake.
55,
Chase
Burnell.
Oh, big 55, okay. Charlie Burnell, who that's his first carry of the game. I think both of these teams, Jesse, kind of looking for any momentum shifts. They're trying to get guys the ball who haven't touched it yet because, I mean, their run game has been great, but you need to get something to inject some juice into your offense.
Yeah, and sometimes giving just a breath for a player or two and can kind of refresh them.
Takes a handoff. Story going to punch it out there, and just no good for Shushleman, Jesse. That's kind of I know that this game is presented by not Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. That's kind of a Josh Allen special. He does that pass all the time, normally connects with it. As Story trying to do his best impersonation, probably caught Shushleman a little bit off guard there.
Yeah, I don't think he was ready for that. And, I think Cook has some experience being ready for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
It takes time.
So but third down and long, Jesse.
Again, a second down where they just kind of stutter. They can't seem to keep the momentum going, and they're going to have to punt the ball away.
Story to punt right at the returner, but it gets out of his hands, and he will take over right at the center line here at Varsity Stadium. So here comes back out this Leaside offense, Jesse, and really from Bishop Allen. We've kind of seen them in the first half move the ball at will for the first, 10 to 11 minutes of that first quarter. We haven't seen their running game really have that same effect. Good job by Leaside's defensive coaching staff maybe jumping in there.
Well, and also I think we saw them run outside a little bit more in the first quarter. They've seemed to kind of constrict everything, bring it into the middle, running inside the tackles now, but with that Leaside defense, it's hard to penetrate. Like it's just
good linebacking core,
unbelievable linebacking core, and the DBs have been rallying around the ball, so they're going to have to figure something else out.
Kawabe here on first down, Justin looking to his left. He's going to connect with a receiver. That's Dyke, and Dyke's going to get about 7 or 8 yards there. We need to see a little bit more of that connection, Jesse, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and the other thing noticing with both teams with the pass game is they're choosing to run these big outs. So you're only getting about 6 yards, but you're throwing the ball about 50 yards. So very risky. I would like to see maybe both offenses try to find something, a seam.
Looking down at second down and short, Kawabe going to give it to his man, Rands. Rands makes a nice cut up the middle. Finally getting his name right, and he's getting first downs, Jesse. Ryan Rands on the carry.
Yeah, if they can find a cadence and a sequence where they can get a few completions, a curl, an out, like I said, maybe a short slant, then that Rands run game becomes more effective on second down.
Yep.
So we'll see if they keep up that kind of pattern.
It all complements itself. There's no doubt about that. But a fresh set, that'll be huge for this Leaside offense. Kawabe with Ryan Rands to his left, drops back, looks to his right. He's going to fire another route, Jesse. Finally getting that connection going with Jackson Dyke on the far side. He'll pick up a few.
But again, that's a very long throw, and the DBs running out to the flats. That could be a risky pick six opportunity, and what did they get? 2 yards there, but I bet you. Oh no, actually quite a few.
4 or 5
yeah, they got
yards,
4 or 5 yards.
But not a lot of depth on those routes.
But now you look for that draw play to Rands, and I think they can really get something cooking here now.
So a good drive so far from Leaside. Abe drops back, pressure in his face. He's going to fire one-on-one to Dyke, and it's picked off by Bishop Allen far side. What a play! That looks like that.
They go deep. I mean, great play calling, right? They had me guessing.
Definitely.
But the defense, again, just able to take away any sort of threat
when celebrating with his teammates. We've seen 2 very good interceptions from the Bishop Allen defense. Ethan Kassar on that one, and then a little bit earlier, that beautiful one-handed tip interception to himself, Nathan Cade, courtesy of him. But we'll have to check the status of Jackson Dyke down at field level as he's just getting up now and walking off to his sidelines. They cannot afford to lose him. But once again, a sudden change, another turnover in this one. Bishop Allen taking over in their own territory. And fakes the handoff. Story being chased by Lancers, and he is swallowed up for the sack. Big number 77, Will Groff.
Oh, and he's just slammed to the ground. That's a tailbone killer right there. You see him right here. just swallowed up by two big defensive players and thrown to the ground, ragdolled.
Will Groth and Knox Kreber combining for the sack there. And we've seen Kreber earlier on with some great lead blocking. But Bishop Allen's offense kind of sputtering lately, and they're behind the sticks once again. Second down and about 13 or 14 to go. Not the spot you want to be in, but here we go. Let's see what Story can do. Fakes it up the middle. Story shifting around, but Leaside all over it once again. This defense is playing inspired football, and that's Luke McCartan.
Yeah, he looks up and he's got Luke McCartan in his grill the second that he turns around from that spin move.
Yeah, McCartan in this linebacking core really showed up to play, and referees are going to stop the clock down there. 39 seconds to go in this third quarter.
But this is the type of game, Devin, when you the defense on the bench and just say, listen, guys, we're going to get it. We're going to get something going.
Yeah.
Trust us. Stick with it.
Story back to punt. A line drive punt, a low one. Right at the returner, Rands. Rands picks it up on a hop. Rands looking for some room, breaks an arm tackle. Still going here. Ryan Rands is going to put his offense at a past the 30-yard line-ish. Yeah, so here we go, Jesse. Is this the drive? We get to see points.
Well, it's going to end off the third quarter. And, you know, I wonder, like, even if you do put up 3 on a field goal, do you feel secure with that lead?
I would. Today I would.
Or does that just open the floodgates and then we start seeing the scoring in the fourth quarter?
And at one point, do we see one of these teams say, you know what, we're not going to try a field goal here. We're going to punt it directly out of the end zone and get that 1 point. Because at one point, that's going to play a factor here today. Kawabe and this offense back on the field. The handoff goes to Rands. Rands does a nice job of reversing.
Puts the ball on
the turf.
I think he jumped back on it though in time.
Luckily able to jump back on it, Jesse. But man, these teams have had really difficult time with ball control here today.
We just look at this, Rands again with his patient style running, and he just kind of takes his attention off of the ball. Maybe just somebody grabbed a fingertip or two, and that ball pops out. But they got to be more careful with that ball, especially with the field position they got. With points so hard to come by, they've got to make sure that they don't turn the ball over here.
Well, they do mark him short of the line to gain, but a great first down pickup, and fortunate for Rands, he's able to jump back on his own fumble.
Have a look at this nose tackle here.
Yeah, it is a sneak Kawabe, and
he runs right
good
into
call,
him.
Jesse, right at nose tackle you over there in Bishop Allen. Big number 99, Nicholas Seraphin.
He got it. Oh, move the sticks. First down. Lancers.
And that will end the third quarter. Devin, stalemate, 0-0 in this championship Toronto Bowl game.
Toronto Bowl, yep. Yeah, Jesse, we've seen it all in these first 3 quarters, except points. And some great interceptions today on Bishop Allen's side. If you look at Nathan Cade with that beautiful one-handed tip interception, Ethan Kassar with that drive killer, and then on the other side, I mean, they've done a really good job with that linebacking core getting in there and causing havoc. As you see on your screen right now, some photos from the 2025 charity golf tournament from the Argos Alumni Association, which raised over $20,000 for charitable causes, which includes going back to football Toronto. They had over 144 golf participants, Jesse, which included dozens of alumni and appearances from guys like Michael Pinball Clemens.
Gotta love it. You know, you're heading into a golf round, you get a motivational speech from Clemens.
From Pinball.
You're going to be shooting pretty good that day.
Yeah.
But well, you're a bit of a golfer, Devin. You had a nice trip this summer.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Who doesn't love some golf? Get away from the everyday life. But here we go. Albe drops back. Trying to set up that screen that we've seen, Jesse, that you've been clamoring for, but incomplete.
Well, and you know they ran kind of all verts too, just to kind of draw the DBs out of there and the linebackers, get some depth. And I'd like to see them maybe try to hit that I've been talking about it for a few quarters here, but they haven't really tried any sort of skinny post or any slant action.
Skinny posts have been hard to come by, and second down and 10 for Leaside here. Koabe and company looking for some points here, Jesse. Something to celebrate.
I think they'll be going to the air again.
Abe drops back, looks to his right, pressure in his
There it
face,
is.
fires one over the middle, Jesse. Just like you called it. Are you the offensive coordinator down there? But incomplete.
Wow, there's just a lot of traffic there. But they're trying to construct something on offense, just like these gents here.
Well, Jesse, you called it, though. The skinny post was there for this offense. Looks like he tried to hit Ryan Rands, but...
Well, and I think, what happened there, too, is like, you're lucky if you can hit that when they're in zone, and I think they were man-to-man coverage there, which is why there was so much activity in the middle of the field there. They were just not able to get much open, but I think that's going to be a key. Try to get Dyke over the middle like that.
So here we go, Jesse, and I think they are doing what I was talking about earlier. It does not look like they are lining up for a field goal here, folks. It looks like they are lining up for a punt. Going to try and get this one out of the end zone and get our first point in this one. It's a good snap. The punt is away. It doesn't look like it's going to have the muster to get to the back of the end zone. And Bishop Allen's able to pick it up, and a nifty move here out of the end zone. We do see a flag fly for no yards, but Jesse, another missed opportunity on the special teams.
Yeah, we said special teams was going to be kind of important, and it has been, but not in the way that you would think.
Right.
They've just been unable to really make an impact here today. They've had lots of opportunities. We talked about, 3 or 4 missed field goals, a rouge that they were hoping to maybe be able to pick up there and at least get 1 point on the board. But again, what is it going to come down to? I think you just kind of stick with Rand on the ground and see if he can just break one.
And conversely, on Bishop Allen's side, their offense has been really difficult to muster anything up in these last really 2.5 quarters. And let's see if Anthony Story and company can get something going, as the handoff's going to go to their man, Jake Bracken, up the middle. Bracken does a nice job of breaking some tackles and maybe giving some life to this Cardinal offense.
Oh, but Brandt looks like he's got a Charlie horse or something. He's a little slow to get off the ground. So that's not a good sign if you're Bishop Allen here.
Yeah, it looks like he's shaken up down at field level. And Jesse, wanted to ask you, I know you were at the Grey Cup this past weekend in Winnipeg. How was that experience?
Oh, fantastic. It's one of those events in Canada. If you haven't done it, I strongly recommend, whether you're a football fan or not, get out there. It's hard not to feel patriotic when you're there. You're seeing our culture, our teams. It's really one of the only things that we got that's just purely Canadian. So it was good. Great game. Saskatchewan Roughraiders taking it home again, first time in many years that they've won the big game. And Winnipeg, a great host city, great football fan base. Yeah. I'm originally from Winnipeg, so it's a nice little homecoming for me.
As a Winnipeg native, you said that you haven't really seen a community maybe embrace their professional sports teams just like the city of Winnipeg does.
You know what? Well, you go down to Buffalo, you see the Bills and the Sabres jerseys everywhere.
But Canadian.
But yeah, for Canadian city, being from Ottawa, you just don't see the presence of the Sens and the Red Blacks the same way that you do maybe in Winnipeg with the Jets and the Bombers. It reminds me a little bit of like a Buffalo or a Hamilton.
Sure.
Hamilton does a great job with the Ticats. You see them everywhere. They're on billboards. It's 12 months a year. It's a topic. It's good to see.
Well, I will say, Jesse, being here in Toronto, having supper last night, we did see a gentleman get really upset that the Toronto Maple Leafs game wasn't on. So don't worry, Toronto does love their sports team. It's probably the hardest on their Leafs than any other fan base in the league. But back down at field level here, Jesse, Jake Bracken was the injured man for the Bishop Allen Cardinals, and he is a tough person to lose if he doesn't come back into that game. Expect to see a lot of Shushleben.
Yeah, Shushleben back in the tailback spot
Dennis
now.
Shushleben takes this one, Jesse, and he's met by the Lancers. A great job containing the edge and a big hit delivered.
This defense, unbelievable.
Incredible. Championship caliber, Jesse. They got that championship DNA.
Look at this.
Just McCartan.
McCartan with the pursuit, unbelievable. I'm looking at him if I'm a university squad, and I'm trying to get him signed to the roster, because that young man can develop into an incredible linebacker at the next level.
So another loss of yards on the pitch play, and this Bishop Allen offense really in shambles, trying to find something that might execute here. Anthony Story in the shotgun. They're going to give it to, looks like, big number 55 up the middle of his second carry of the game, Charlie Burnell.
Yeah, and on this play, they just have 4 receivers to the wide side. They're trying to spread out the defense, get a couple one-on-one matchups with that big bruising running back, and they do. They get a few downs, but it brings up a third, and it's decision time. I think maybe the risk of going for it on third down is a little less when you consider the fact that the other team can't score.
Yeah, good point. So 3rd down and 4. They're going to keep their offense on the field here. Story's going to hand it up the middle. Leaside is all over it. That's not going to be nearly enough, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Leaside gets the ball back in great field position. Jesse, you got to be scratching your head with that decision, I think, on 3rd down.
Well, like I said, I think maybe, the risk is maybe not so great here. I mean, they put the defense out. It doesn't seem to matter if they're on the 1-yard line,
Yeah.
1st and goal, or
Good
if
point.
they're backed up in their own end. You've got a lot of trust in that defense, but for Leaside here, you see Dyke is back out there, and I think Rands has been productive the whole game. So, I mean, I think I think you're just sticking with what you got at this point, but they're spread out here. Rands, the lone tailback.
Yeah, in the gun, Abe, Ryan Rands. Abe drops back, looks to his right, trying to hit. Rands in the flat. A nice job adjusted to that one. Here goes Ryan Rands. We have points. Rejoice. Leaside gets the first touchdown of this one. Abe connects with Rands.
Well, you see, look at this. The middle linebacker's on him. Number 10 tries to hold him up. He's lucky he didn't get called on pass interference there. But Rands with an amazing adjustment. He runs it in. And finally, we've got some points on the board for Leaside. Touchdown.
Yeah, our first touchdown graphic of the day. The graphics people working hard in the booth. First one they had to put up in over, what do we got, Jesse? 36 minutes almost of game time.
So you got to blow the dust off of that graphic.
Ryan Rands, what an adjustment in the air too, Jesse. That was not put right on him. He had to adjust, turn over his left shoulder
That was
to make
incredible.
that catch. Incredible, runs it in. He deserves it. Really been the star of this game so far. But here we go, Jesse. The kicking woes. Can we see one go through? And we do, Jesse. How about a touchdown and a kick that goes through the uprights? 7-0 Leaside Lancers.
So here we go now, 4th quarter, 7:48. Will Bishop Allen be able to respond? We're going to talk a little bit about a NFL Trivia League powered by TYSN Sports. We've got games, all primetime games. That's the Monday Night Football, Thursday night, and Sunday night. You jump in at halftime, you get texted, and you compete with folks really all over the country right now, and we're adding new cities every day. But check it out. It's free to play, and good community building for all the football fanatics out there that love the game as much as we do, Devin.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely fun. Love going through and helping create those questions weekly as a diehard NFL fan myself. So love to see people have fun with that. So make sure you go sign up and play weekly. Really fun. We got themes on each day. Jesse, Monday's all about the Sunday slate. Thursday's all about the teams playing. And then Sunday, I know your personal favorite, the Who Am I?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I seem to be decent at those.
So here we go. Leaside finally gets on the board. We finally see some points in this one, courtesy of Abe to Ryan Rands, and now they will kick it deep and play defense, which they've done so well here in this second half. The kick goes to Bishop Allen. A nice move up the middle by the returner. Once again, that's going to be Claudio Luenzi, who we've seen kind of give a spark to the Cardinals twice here today.
Yeah, Luenzi, he's kind of silently been a real factor today.
Yeah. Well, Jesse, I got to ask too, like, especially with Claudio Loenzi and maybe a couple of other players, I look at Charlie Burnell as well. When do you start factoring them more into the game plan offensively, especially whenever we've seen Jake Bracken go down on the last possession?
Yeah, well, I think now, I think certainly with, big number 55 running the ball, Burnell, he's going to get you at 2 or 3 yards every carry, but the area that Bishop Allen has struggled is on that second down and long, right? They need plays that can get bigger chunks of yards, and they just don't seem to have it so far.
And Jesse, a killer for Bishop Allen as they are moving way back. I'm not sure what the call was on the field, but I don't think a holding would have put them back that much. And Bishop Allen going to start now inside their own 20 instead of having it at about midfield. So a killer for them, and it looks like, I don't believe.
So keep your eye on the receiver, number 3 down here.
They're going to go up the middle, and is that Jake Bracken back into the game? Is that 34?
No, I think that's Burnell. Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, I think Jake Bracken is good enough to get up and play now. Or is that Nathan? I can't tell, Jesse, if that's 24 or 34. I don't know if that's Bracken.
I think it's Bracken, 34. But again, he's a little slow to get up, so definitely not 100% right now.
But a good first down pickup, Jesse, and here we go. 2nd down and 4. Bishop Allen looking to move the chains for the first time in a while. They're going to give it to the lead tailback. That's going to be Shushlaban. Trips over his own man, but it will be enough for a first down.
So getting the running game going here, bit by bit. They've got 6:46 left in the game, down by 7 in such a stalemate affair. But they put a touchdown on the board, and it's 0-0 again.
Will we see fireworks go here? Fresh set. Story bobbles the snap, gives it to the lead back. That's Bracken. And a good job by, guess who, Luke McCartan, leader of that linebacking core, and the defense making a nice stop.
Yeah, I think, Bishop Allen's a little bit nervous to put the ball in the air, to do something a little different. But you got to wonder, is the normal base package of what you got, is that going to get the job done? They need points, and they need them quick.
I formation. Story hands the ball off. That looks like Bracken again. Bracken with a nice move up the middle. Bracken still chugging those feet, and he'll pick up a Cardinal first down.
Great run there. That's exactly what they need. 15 yards at a time. And they're not doing anything special. He's just running hard and breaking tackles. That's all that is right there.
Hard-nosed football. We've seen Jake Bracken go down on the last possession. Obviously, they can't afford to lose him. He comes back in. That tough running picks right up where he left off. And Bishop Allen, their best drive so far of this second half. No doubt about it. 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Bishop Allen trails by a touchdown. First down run. Jake Bracken still bouncing off of Leaside defenders and does all he can there to pick up about 4 yards.
Well, in this third down game, it's hard to just throw a play in there that you're not sure about, because you waste that play and it isn't executed well. You're basically Jesse, on the punt game again.
Jesse, we back at field level. Jake Bracken once again down on the field.
And Dev, that's what I worry about, right? Like it's easy to give him the ball. He's your guy, but if you're going to wear him down like this, if he's got any sort of cramps or anything going on, or an ankle issue, you can't rely on him this way. You're going to have to find another way, and so far they haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, and it looks like head coach Paul Massaro will meet his star tailback there, and they'll check on him. But Jesse, it's really interesting because in the first quarter it looked like Shushlaban, who number 0, who's also one of their running backs, it looks like he was the feature back, and Jake Bracken was more of the fullback lead blocker type. But then in this second half, they've really leaned on Bracken, and obviously it's taken its toll, as this is the second time he's been shaken up.
Well, they've really struggled running the ball, outside the tackles, because the pursuit by that defense on Leaside is just so good that it's getting swallowed up pretty quickly. So they've relied on kind of that bigger back to run upside and get those harder yards. But you're seeing right now it's taking its toll. It's putting some damage on that young man. So right now, you've got to, like I keep saying, Bishop Allen has to get some points on the board. They got 4:50 left, and they've got to start to go into their playbook a little bit deeper to find something. And I would say this is a time now where you want to run that play action, that double move, and try to get one of your best athletes to maybe just kind of blow a coverage.
Yeah.
And take your shot. I think it's time now to look for that.
So Bracken helped off the sideline. Looks like he is able to walk under his own power there as he'll take a seat down at the medical
Now
table.
every time they've run this 4-receiver set, they run the ball, they sweep.
Second and 5, and runs right into his own man. The running back, big Charlie Burnell, runs into big 63 James Whedon. And that had butt fumble written all over it there, Jesse. Watch this play.
Yeah.
I mean, just 63 there. James Whedon trying to block his defensive tackle, and Charlie Burnell comes in and hits him. So 3rd down and 6, and Bishop Allen looks like, well, Anthony Story's their quarterback and their punter, so this could be the time to run the fake, Jesse. 4.5 minutes to go. Bishop Allen running out of time here.
Yeah, they could have called timeout just to be sure.
Another timeout, Jesse. I think that's the second of the half for Bishop Allen, too, and they're going to need them.
What a great finish.
Great finish. We finally get the points on the board, Jesse, and another shout out to the sponsors who make this game possible, including Area 51 Sports. You mentioned their jerseys prominent at events like this. The Argos Alumni Association. We were talking about Michael Pinball Clemens earlier. The Buffalo Bills, who are the presenting sponsor of this game, the AA Toronto Bowl. The Toronto Argonauts, who will be the presenting sponsor of the 40th Metro Bowl, the All-Star game coming up. NFL Canada, the Sport and Recreation Medicine, and how about TYSN bringing this to you live?
It's pretty cool seeing our logo up there with the Buffalo Bills, eh?
Yeah.
First time
hey, listen,
on the marquee.
That's my whole life right there. You can put those 2 logos into my whole life, and that'd be that's about all I do, Jesse.
I got to go down and see a game this late September.
That's right, the Saints.
It was beautiful, and they played the Saints. Saints played them pretty tough.
Saints played them really tough, yeah.
But a beautiful day. People were getting a sunburn. It was September 28th, and you're getting a sunburn.
That's when to go, Jesse. I'll tell you that.
I know.
I've never been in the summer, in the fall, I guess you could say, but a pretty good crowd formulating here at Varsity Stadium. I know it's going to be. I was talking to George Gredis there, Jesse, and he said it's going to be packed come 40th Metro Bowl today, later on at 2 o'clock. But Jesse, how excited are you for this upcoming All-Star game and getting down there and talking to some of these athletes who are going to be playing next level football?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what they think of this. Every time you get a chance to play in a nice facility like University of Toronto and Varsity Stadium, the history here, it's going to be good. I'm interested to see the format. I can't say I've seen this type of jamboree set up for the older kids. Usually it's the Tykes, U10.
Yes.
But I think, we'll be able to be treated to some athleticism, some good plays, and again, a little bit more casual broadcast where we can go down and meet some of these young guys.
Definitely. We'll definitely be showing you the plays from those games, but I think it's really important for us to feature these kids and have Jesse down there hawking them down and talking to them. So, but here we go.
Big 3rd down.
Yeah, coming out of the timeout, they are going to go back to their normal package. I think that's a good timeout by Paul Massaro. This is a must-get for this Bishop Allen offense. Handoff goes to Shushleben. Shushleben pushing forward right
close.
at the marker. And the second effort will give it to him. 1st down. Cardinals, a huge one, Jesse.
And they run that kind of stretch play to the right side, which they haven't had much success with. But Shushleben just charges forward, and you see a couple of the O-line kind of pushing them behind just to get that 1st down, but that's critical right there.
Oh, critical. Just under 4 minutes to go, Jesse. They get a fresh set. They give Jake Bracken time to rest up, and he's back into the game. So definitely a momentum shift for Bishop Allen. And handoff goes to the aforementioned Jake Bracken, who breaks free. Bracken breaks tackles on his way to a 9-yard pickup and a late flag.
What a warrior this kid is for this Bishop Allen team. He's given it everything he's got. I'd say at this point, too, ball security has to be top of mind. We've seen them put it on the turf a couple times, but especially when you're breaking tackles like that and you got players on your back, that's when they can strip that ball out, and that would be just a backbreaker.
And the flag looks like it's going against Leaside. So not only does Bishop Allen pick up the nice 9-yard gain on first down, but they're going to pick up a first down here as Leaside backing up all the way to almost the 25-yard line. So a perfect opportunity for Bishop Allen. We just seen the offensive Leaside finally get on the board, and Bishop Allen looking to answer. 3.5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Story's gonna hand it to Jake Brackett. Jake Brackett puts it on the turf. And it looks like he's able to jump back on it, Jesse. But you just mentioned ball security.
A little bit of confusion there, too, by the quarterback. He had one running back going one way, and I think he was just a little hesitant there, which screwed up the timing just enough. But another big second down, 2:55 left in the fourth quarter. Leaside up 7-0 over Bishop Allen. And Story under center.
Second down and 11. 2.5 minutes to go. The play is blown dead by the officiating crew on the field. Timeout by Leaside this time, it looks like. Paul Massaro, though, is out on the field way quicker than Matthew Morrison.
Yeah, they're just going to have a bit of time to chat. You know, this is the critical point in the game. Again, just another shout out. You hit that QR code, you can check out the trivia game, see how you do, test your NFL IQ. It's a great team building activity. We got people from all over the country really joining to come together, test their NFL IQ. And again, the platform that we have, any team can use for their own fundraising to get people together, do a trivia night for their club, and bring in some money for those important resources that are required to run a successful high school or club program, equipment, travel expenses, whatever it may be. So check us out at tysn.ca.
Yeah, scan that QR code. But here we go, Jesse. 2.5 minutes to go. Bishop Allen, second down and 11. What are you dialing up here as the offensive coordinator for the Cardinals?
Well, I've been trying to venture a guess about that all day, and I've been wrong. I think they're hesitant to put the ball in the air, but I just don't think they're able to get the ball into the end zone running it the way they have so far. So I think it's going to come down to Story taking a shot.
Yeah, we're going to have to see it. He's thrown 2 interceptions in this game. I think he's only really had 4 attempts, so. Story drops back, looks to his left. He's got one-on-one. He throws it up, and it's caught! A touchdown for Bishop Allen! Theo Choi goes up and gets it!
Let's have a look at this replay. Just what we said, right? Story goes back, 5-step. He takes a chance, lets the jump ball go to his athlete, and just says, go make a play for me, son. He makes a great adjustment, and the ball was actually advantageously a little underthrown.
Yeah. And Jesse, a touchdown for the Bishop Allen Cardinals. And Jesse, we didn't see points for 3 quarters, and now they're coming in abundance. But here we go. Can Drew Senich finally find the middle of these goalposts? It's up! And
wow, that was big. Bigger than we thought.
Is that through, Jesse? I didn't see a signal. Did that go through? It looked like it was.
I think that's true. I mean, I didn't see anyone put their hands up on their head. And
Yeah. So, 7-7 now. Bishop Allen's able to tie it, Jesse. One-on-one coverage. Anthony Story. If you would have told me that the passing offense would have been the ones to decide this late fourth quarter, I would have told you, yeah, you are nuts. But they're the ones that strike for both these offenses.
Absolutely. You know, they're figuring out, they're doing what they have to do, and that's been kind of the most impressive thing for me. Whether it's on defense or offense, it's like when it absolutely is critical to make a play, their teams are stepping up.
You see the left banner right there, the Football Toronto Bowl champions. Leaside looking to have their names on that banner for the 2nd year in a row.
Where would you be hanging that up if you take that home, Devin? Where does that go?
I don't know. Where does it go for you?
Well, I guess in the school, right?
Oh,
in the big gymnasium.
Of course, yes. And these teams get to go represent at an OSSA Bowl game, too, after this. So their seasons aren't done, win or lose, regardless. I believe so. These teams will also be in OSSA.
Little trip down to Guelph.
Little trip. Yeah, not too far for them. But Jesse, 2.5 minutes to go here, and I'm actually kind of surprised. Aren't you a little surprised Bishop Allen didn't go for 2 there to take the lead? I feel like they would have, but here we go. A nice return by number 27. Still going here, Jesse. Leaside, a nice return, 27. A very shifty run back and puts his
Look at the replay here, Devin. Does a great job just kind of finding daylight, but right here he cuts back inside. I think if he would have gone outside, he would have maybe been able to take that thing all the way.
Theodore Iwata, Teddy Iwata on the return there, puts the Lancers in over midfield here. And we've seen the last drive for them. They featured Ryan Rands heavily before Bishop Allen came back and answered back. But how good does that timeout look by head coach Paul Massaro? When they were going to punt on 3rd down there, Jesse, they bring the offense back on the field. Obviously pays dividends. We're back to square one, 7-7. First down, Koabe going to keep it himself. A couple of pulling tackles here that he can follow. Oh, the ball hits the turf,
Ball was out. I think
Bishop Allen picks it up. And
they're ruling him down.
Yeah, he might have been down. Let's take a look at the replay.
I think that was a lucky call here for Leaside. I think they could have called that a fumble easily.
Well, let's see. His feet are still up. Oh, Jesse.
So Leaside may have got away with one there.
They don't have the benefit of replay, but I think that ball did come out there.
But now a 2nd down. The outcome still in question here of this ball game. 7-7, 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
2nd down and 9.
So Koabe, I think we've seen that he can run. He can use his legs.
Yep.
I don't know if he's playing shortstop down south or not, or center field, but he's capable of doing it. But when it comes to contact, he doesn't look like that's like his favorite thing. You know,
100%. But he committed to King University in Tennessee for baseball. It is his first year playing quarterback, so I think he's more of a natural defensive back where we've seen him kind of make some splash plays as well. But Jesse, I think the player down right now at field level for Leaside, I think that is Koabe, the quarterback. So that is probably ill-advised. They probably can't afford to lose him. I think that is number 2 down there, so hopefully he's okay.
Well, and I suspect if they do have to have Koabe come out, Rands is going to just step back there, and you're going to see the Wildcat for the rest of the game here.
Koabe,
but again, he was the he was the player that caught that remarkable pass out of the backfield and put that 7 points on for Leaside in the 3rd quarter.
It is Koabe coming off, and it looks like number 10 is running out on the field to kind of replace him here, Jesse. That's Giacomo Tonin, who's listed as a quarterback and receiver, probably the backup for this team.
Okay, well, game's in his hands now.
Yeah. Here you go, young fella. 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Go win us a championship.
Hand that off to Rands.
Yeah,
they're going to
go with Rands. Rands, a nice cut here, Jesse. Reverses fields. Rands looking for the sideline. Bishop Allen, a good job at swarming and tackling.
That was a reminiscence of a Barry Sanders run there. I thought
he's got
if the defense didn't rally, he would have been able to take that thing the whole way.
So Giacomo Tonin, Jesse, comes in, fills in for a play. We got to check the status of Koabe. Actually, Koabe, I see him right there. Or no, that's not him. So we'll have to check the status of him.
I think that was Tim Namora. Linebacker coming in. But,
yeah, Tim Namora. It looked like the 2s and the 8s down there getting confusing, Jesse. But Koabe remains on the sidelines. 3rd down and 5. Looks like Leaside bringing out their punting unit, as you see in the far end zone. Some of the All-Stars getting ready. But Jesse.
No return, but okay, so you've got 1:25 left. You just put the ball back in the hands of Bishop Allen, which is fresh off of their first touchdown of the game through the air. And, they've got a bit of time here, but, I mean, they're putting the game in the hands of the defense that have done a good job all day. I guess
you have to.
You feel confident confident in this linebacking core. I think the pressure now kind of tilts to the defensive secondary just to keep everything in front of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, Anthony Story, I mean, he threw 2 interceptions before that last drive and then gives his man a shot with one-on-one, hits Theo Choi. Let's see if we can see that connection stay. Here we go, swing pass, Jesse, looking for Shushloben, but a great job wrapping up and pursuing with the tackle. Number 0 chasing him down again, Nicholas Danello.
Check out this play. Danello lined up on the rush end side
What a
there.
play.
And he's lucky, he's smart not to get a course caller. He had the hand up going there, and then he thought twice about it.
I mean, that's an incredible play, Jesse. Lined up as a defensive end there to read that play coming, follow the swing pass, chase him down. Hats off to you, Nicholas Danello.
So you got Theo Choi lined up with the slot back. They do a little bit of trickery. Direct snap. Quarterback goes out there, kind of a decoy.
Well, Jesse, I'm looking for George Grettis somewhere to explain to us how the overtime rules will work. I know he mentioned for the All-Star game it would be a conversion back and forth. You know how they do in college football where one team gets it right there and they go back and forth. I'm not sure what this championship game entails, but it's time to start thinking of overtime for game 1 of this Metro Bowl on Wednesday here, Justin.
We're getting a good one. A treat to see these young men compete, and such a great game so far, but a quick punt.
Punt is away, and
that's
picked
Dyke.
up. Yeah, that's Jackson Dyke looking for the sideline as Bishop Allen finally able to rally and get him down.
Picked up by number 3, the Lancers. Jackson Dyke can set up for
So I think it'll be key to see if number 2 comes back out there, Ko Abe, to finish this game off with really what looks like, if they're lucky, one more series they've got with 42 seconds left on the clock.
It doesn't look like it, Jesse. It looks like they're going to probably stick with...
No, he's coming out here now.
Oh, there he is, Jess. Good eyes. Here comes Ko Abe. There's no way you're keeping him out of this game, Jesse. He's been very good for them, and he gives them the best shot. 40 seconds to go. Abe looks like I formation. They fake it up the middle and then give it to Ryan Rands. Rands picks up a nice 5-yard gain.
22 on the carry. Ryan Rands once again.
What we seen earlier, Jesse, I think it's time to start thinking of 33 Walker Smith, who does the punting and kicking for the Leaside Lancers. We've seen his range. They tried to punt it through the end zone at about the 30, and it did not get there. So I think they got to get to at least the 20 to think about a field goal attempt or a punt through the end zone. Pitch goes out right to Ryan Rands. Rands looking for the corner. Ryan Rands, a nice cut up the middle. That'll be a first down. 16 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
And check out the block by Luke McCartan, really the MVP here today. Look at him out here. Just blows up the corner enough to spring Rands for another 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's been very good today, Jesse. 16 seconds though, Jess. They're gonna have to get, like I mentioned, another probably 20 yards to be in range. Ko Abe drops back, looks to his left, one-on-one coverage, just doesn't really give his receiver Dyke a chance.
So they got one more here, but yeah, they're looking for Dyke on a quick post corner, but he just didn't air it out enough. And timing, you know, it seems like they're a running team. They don't probably practice that timing enough throughout the year to hit something like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously both of these teams are run-first offenses. But with 4 seconds to go, Jesse, this will be likely the last play of regulation to open up the 40th Metro Bowl finale here today. Ko Abe drops back, pressure right there, tries to set up the screen, it's not there, zeros hit the clock. It is still 7-7, Ko Abe gets hit hard there, and that's it for regulation. Bishop Allen 7, Leaside 7.
You just have a look at this last play here. Look at the pursuit by 54, just coming downhill on Abe.
Luciano Torreson.
How'd you like to have him coming at you?
All right, Jesse, so we don't have confirmation of what overtime will entail here. I know we have our All-Stars at the end of the field. That was supposed to be an 11 o'clock start time. It is 11:02 on my clock right now. So we'll see what the All-Star format looks like here. But Jesse, a treat, I'll say, to open up this one here on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, what a fantastic game. Really I love these defensive battle games. I always feel like every play is under a microscope. The intensity is elevated, and we've got a great one. And you know what? These All-Stars are going to be able to watch this finale here in the AA Toronto Bowl. But what a great event that Toronto football puts on. The sponsors they're able to bring in. It's been amazing for us to be a part of this. We hope to continue on doing these games in the big city with them. Buffalo Bills, Toronto Argonauts, so important. We'd like to see the Argos doing well and the fan base growing out at BMO Field. It's a great park, and it's great football in the summertime and in the fall. Like I said, just coming back from the Grey Cup, there's a lot of Argos fans I saw. Somebody was joking on the plane. They said there's about 4 or 5 Argos on the plane, and they said, this is our whole fan base right here, but we stick together. And I think the Bills supporting the Argos has been phenomenal too, just to be supportive of each other. And it's just fantastic. We've got such a strong league in the CFL here in our country.
Definitely, and obviously those rule changes will be interesting to see in the next couple of years. But no, I think there's a lot more Argonauts fans in the city than you would think. Huge city, people support football. I know a few people that I went to school with that live here, and they go to Argonauts games consistently. It's a fun event for sure for everybody. But Jesse, here we go. A coin toss down at the field, and they're probably explaining to them exactly how the rules work. But hats off to both of these clubs. Obviously, Leaside looking for their second straight Toronto Bowl championship. Bishop Allen giving them all they can handle as they tie it up late. I had a feeling we'd go to overtime in this game, Jesse. Didn't think it would be 7-7. I thought it'd be 0-0 the whole way through.
Well, we talked about it. We said I think in the second quarter, we said, should we start talking about the overtime rules? Yep. And here we are, right?
Yep.
But look at this. Even the coaches are just getting clarity on everything here. This is an intense moment. Everything is on the line. They've worked hard all year. And, it's not easy to put together a high school football program. You've got to have a lot of people involved. A lot of these coaches, doing this on their own time, after school, volunteering to be mentors and leaders of their school and their communities. And, when you do get the commitment that we're seeing from these programs out there, the players follow. That's what it is. You have to have that to have the players come out and give their time. But when it all comes together and you got 2 programs that are able to do that, and you get a game like this in the championship, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, 100%. And Jesse, let me ask you this: as a former 3-time OUA All-Star, you see any players down on the field here tonight or today that have next level potential?
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about it. I think we talked about Rands being a running back that could easily translate into the U Sports game. He kind of reminds me of a player that I played with at McMaster, Kyle Peer, right? Just kind of a great running back that you can really lean on, count on. He can develop at that level into a great running back or a returner. And then, of course, that middle linebacker that we've seen and we talked about, McCartan so far. I mean, I think I'd be going for him. He'd be a blue chip.
And Jesse,
top of list guy.
Speaking on that, you mentioned McMaster and obviously your time there, a lot of success with that program and being a 3-time OUA All-Star. You know who the head of the Toronto Argonauts Alumni Association is. Maybe you could talk a little bit about him and that.
Sure. Well, we're talking about that linebacker for Leaside, McCartan. He kind of reminds me of Jason Pottinger, who you're talking about, who's helping out with the Argos Alumni Association. I even saw Chris Van Ziel in a picture there, who also played at McMaster in my time. And just great individuals, but they were great football players in their time, going on to the CFL, having great careers. And then great careers after football too. But it's good to see them. They're still involved in the game. And if that alumni association can hold a golf tournament once a year, get a bunch of guys out, and donate $10,000-$20,000 into Toronto football, and make sure that there's money for the programs and that they need, and that they've got the uniforms from Area 51 that that they need. You can feel good. When you look good, you feel good, you play good, right? Isn't that Deion Sanders that said that? So, no, it's wonderful to see, and what a great event that Football Toronto's put on. Hats off to George Gredis for all the work that he puts in. Real visionary, I think, here in Toronto. 100%. They're lucky to have him.
A great leader. And all right, Jesse, so let's join this game back at field level. So I do believe it'll be similar rules to what I've seen on the All-Star form, which is basically both teams will get a shot at the 35-yard line. Bishop Allen will start with the ball, though. Anthony Story is going to give it to his lead tailback. That's going to be Shushleman, but how about Luke McCartan, who we just mentioned, sticking him?
He just comes out and stuffs it. Now, I noticed, too, with the Leaside defense, they're just playing off, which, is probably smart, but early on in the game, the first and second quarter, Bishop's Allen was able to complete a few big out passes. The slots run in about 6 or 7 and then run into the flats, and now that's going to be a little bit more open here. So I wonder if they're seeing that as well with the corners playing off so much.
Second down and 10. Story gives it right up to the middle. That's Jake Bracken. Jake Bracken puts the ball on the turf and is able to jump back on it. Jesse, how many times have we seen a fumble today where the running back has, luckily been able to jump back on that ball?
Yeah, that was close. That's certainly not what you want to do with your possession, is put the ball in there. But again, linebacker ripping that ball out. McCartan.
Yeah, McCartan's been all over the place, delivering blocks as a fullback, making every stop at linebacker. But here we go, pivotal moment, third down and 3.5 to go for Bishop Allen. They're going to keep it with Bracken up the middle. Bracken pumps those legs.
I don't think he'll get there.
First down, they're signaling on the field already.
Okay.
And that'll be a first down for Bishop Allen. Jake Bracken, Jesse, we've seen him be injured twice out of this game and have to come out, but he's still in there running as hard as he was in the first quarter.
Yeah, a couple real warriors. These two teams have been going at it all day, and they're not letting up.
So a fresh set of downs for the Cardinal offense.
You can see the injured players telling their guys to get back. Don't want to get a stupid penalty at this point that's going to jeopardize your chances of putting points on the board.
And I believe this won't be sudden death here, so even if they do get in the end zone as the pitch goes to Jake Bracken, Jake Bracken breaks an arm tackle and picks up a nice first down gain. But Jesse, I don't think we're looking at sudden death here, so even if Bishop Allen is able to punch it in, Leaside's going to get a chance to answer.
Yeah. But you don't want to leave it. You don't want to leave it up to them getting a rouge or a field goal to win this, right?
Yeah. And I don't think you can trust the kicking games of really either team right now. So I think both teams are thinking touchdown or bust. See these all-star players running down for this next game, Jesse. Those white jerseys kind of remind me of Notre Dame. So some nice jerseys down there provided by Area 51. But Bishop Allen, Jake Bracken. It's not a Jake Bracken show. Bracken.
He's going to set them up with a first down. So first and goal here.
And Jesse, let me tell you this. There's no way Jake Bracken hasn't been your card grinder of the day.
Yeah, he's up there for sure. He has been playing through a little bit of nagging injuries here today. A couple Charlie horses.
We've seen him exit the game twice, Jess. And first down and goal to go now. I formation lined up. They're going to hand the ball off. Why not? Keep it with Bracken. And what a hit delivered by Luke McCartan, Jesse.
This is just highlight material right here. This is going to land him on a U Sports squad.
Wow.
This tackle. He shoots the gap and just decleats him.
Luke McCartan looking like Luke Kuechly down there for the Leaside Lancers. And that's a huge first down stop. If it wasn't loss of yardage, it definitely wasn't a gain. Bishop Allen pitches it out. Jake Bracken, why not keep it with him? Jake Bracken looking for the pylon. And it looks like he'll be just short, met by his good buddy now, Jesse, Luke McCartan.
Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, I want to say number 16 had a piece of that too. Mitchell Cawley looked like he got in there.
The 1, 3rd and goal, Cardinals.
But this is just kind of a head-to-head lion versus tiger match.
Yeah.
The two alpha males going at it all
Luke
day.
McCartan and Jake Bracken, they're going to have to...
But third and goal, here we go.
Yeah, this is huge.
Look at the
Bishop Allen
coaches.
in the I formation. Watch out for 56 on the defense. It's a QB sneak. Pushing forward is Story, and they're calling it a touchdown.
Wow.
Anthony Story sneaks it in. Bishop Allen up on the board first in this overtime period.
Big touchdown here. We have a look at it. He just puts his head down. He's not going to say no, but I was close.
Yeah, but they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt there, Jesse. I think that ball probably did cross the goal line, but that's a touchdown for the Cardinals to open up this first overtime period. 13-7, they take the lead. This extra point proves to be very pivotal, however. 61, looks like a new kicker for Bishop Allen. Or no, 81, sorry, but he will put it through. That's Drew Senich. So here we go, Jesse. Now Leaside has a chance. They're going to take over at the 35-yard line, and it's touchdown or bust for the Lancers.
Yeah, you know, what you really want to reinforce right now is don't turn the ball over. Ball security, certainly if you're keeping it in the hands of Rand, you've got to make sure that you don't just kind of cough it up and end the game here. You want to give it your best shot to tie this game with a touchdown. And what an incredible game we've been just privileged to see here today.
Well, and the good thing is, Jesse, whenever if you're Leaside, it's 3-down territory no matter what. You have to score the touchdown, so it frees you up a little where you are working with those 3 downs no matter what. But they do need to get it in the end zone, and we've seen at the end of that fourth quarter, Jesse Koabe, not only did he go out, but he got smoked on the last play of the fourth quarter. We got to check on his health. But he is in there, Jesse. 2 running backs to his left and right.
Looks like they're bringing the blitz here. They've got the corners pressed.
Jet sweep action. They just get it off before Bishop Allen makes a nice stop, led by number 54, Luciano Torreson.
A risky play there because they were already in the backfield before the
barely got
the ball here.
Barely got that play even off, Jess.
54 with the tackle.
Yeah, Luciano.
But here we go, second down.
Second down, and they actually lose yards there, Jesse. So second down and 11 to go.
Dyke
all
in
the
slot
marbles.
back.
Koabe jumps back, looking to his right. He's got Rands in the flat, but this time off the hands of Rands. And it'll all come down to this, Jesse.
And if you look here, Jackson Dyke is just able to kind of curl around the linebacker, and I think if he held it on there and looked, he could have had something over there. But again, it's hard when you got people in your face.
And Jesse, you got to believe Jackson Dyke is going to be involved in this play some way or shape or form.
Well, if I'm the defense, I might be bracketing him.
Yeah, 100%.
Just kind of getting 2 people, one high, one low.
Bracketing him with bracket.
Well, that's it.
Third down and 11. Here's your ball game. The AA Toronto Bowl all comes down to this. Koabe in the shotgun, drops back, looks to his right, trying to set up a screen off the hands of Ryan Rands. The Bishop Allen Cardinals will win the 2025 AA Toronto Bowl in an overtime thriller.
What a fantastic finish, but they try to go to Rands with a similar kind of
how they scored that touchdown earlier.
Screen pass and also like running them out on the flats there, and it's just the ball's not where it needs to be.
So it is triumph for the Cardinals, heartbreak for the Lancers. The Lancers lose the AA Toronto Bowl after winning it last year. They fail to do the two-peat, but the Cardinals come back from 7-0 with 3 minutes on the clock and end up winning this ball game. Congratulations to the Bishop Allen Cardinals winning the AA Toronto Bowl, ending Leaside's undefeated streak. And just what a whale of a game, Jesse.
Yeah, amazing. And, you look at number 10, Luenzi, how good of a strong, kind of punt returner, kick returner he was today. Definitely. He was chipping in on defense. You look at Nathan Cade, who had an interception in the third quarter. Again, the blocked field goal in the third quarter, and then again a Kassar interception in the third quarter. So a lot of action happening in the third quarter here.
And Jesse, let me bring this up too. Anthony Anthony Story, the quarterback, he throws 2 first-half interceptions, comes back, ties the game up on a great throw to his man Theo Choi, and then gets the game-winning touchdown with a sneak.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
A tale of 2 halves for him. Hats off to him. And Jesse, absolutely incredible performance from really both these teams. Obviously, very evenly matched, and it's football, Jesse. Heartbreak on one side, and what more can you ask for? The game goes to overtime. We see both sides. Hats off to both programs.
This type of game adds to the glory and the history and the legacy of this Metro Bowl. This is a good one. We're going to look back on this and see highlights next fall and say, we hope that these games can live up to what happened last year. This was phenomenal, and hats off to the players that just grinded and worked hard through injury all season to be here and to win. But Bishop Allen coming through and winning this game.
So momentarily waiting for Chris Lambert to so at field level, Jesse, we're going to take a look at Bishop Allen and them celebrate, but congratulations to them, and congratulations to Leaside on a great season as well.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at the hardware. That's always the fun part, celebrating with your team, holding the trophy, and it's a nice one.
Absolutely. Got to take a look at that when we were setting up yesterday, Jesse, and it's going to be exciting for those teams to get their hands on it. Bishop Allen actually, Jesse, last year lost in their league championship, so they didn't get to make it to this game. It actually would have been them against Leaside last year if they won that game, and they make it here this year. Their opponent from last year couldn't beat Leaside, but they get the job done in overtime. Jesse, what a start to the 40th Metro Bowl finale.
Yes, and they break that streak, right? Going three-peat now with this club, but it's always great when you've got 2 rival programs that you're always kind of going to match up to in the championships or the playoffs. They've got a great rivalry going here, and Bishop Allen getting the job done. Head coach ought to be proud of the new head coach and calling up those plays, right?
Well, that's Leaside.
Oh, my mistake.
Bishop Allen, Paul Massaro has been there since 2014, so
right.
Congratulations to him. He actually helped found that program up there in Bishop Allen.
And he ought to be proud.
No, definitely. And conversely on the other side, Matt Morrison as well. I mean, getting to talk to him, he's actually a community coach. He doesn't teach at the school. The head coach that he took over from is a teacher, and that's why he stayed on for offensive coordinator. But hats off to both those programs, doing a phenomenal job. And
so we're having a look at the player of the game here for the Lancers, number 22, the running back.
Yeah, that's Rands.
Rands ran all over the field today.
100%. And it unfortunately went off Ryan Rand's hands to end the game, but shout out to him. And Jesse, as we look at this field right now, you're seeing not only Jake Bracken has to be the MVP for the Cardinals. I mean, we've seen him go out of that game and really play through two injuries. Maybe an argument to be made that Anthony Story could have been the MVP there, but Jake Bracken, heck of a game as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And like we said, he was a complete warrior for his team.
Yeah.
To help them get the win here today. He's going to go home sore, but awfully proud.
Yeah. Well, that'll be it for us, folks, as what a game to kick off our Wednesday morning here at Varsity Stadium. The Bishop Allen Cardinals take down the Leaside Lancers in an overtime thriller, and we will be back with you in just a few moments for the 2025 All-Star Showcase. Jesse, thanks for joining me in the booth, and can't wait for this next game.
It's been great.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's a great game. Good luck this season.
Hey, photo Team Ugly right here. Team Ugly.